What's up, everybody? Episode 140 of the All You Can Hear podcast, the 2019 All You Can Hear Awards. I'm one of your 6 co-hosts, Tanner, and with me, as per usual, are...
It's Pat.
Teleporting in from Mars, Colt.
It's a Johnny boy.
Coming all the way from Antarctica to Winslow.
Wow.
And everyone get out of my fucking apartment, Cody.
Whoa, that's
All
crazy.
right, that's a wrap. Everybody go home.
That's a wrap. That's the awards.
Goodbye.
So if you
Bye,
don't know,
have a good time.
If this is the first year an award show you're ever listening to from us, what we do, we have 4 categories. We have Anime of the Year, Game of the Year, Movie of the Year, and Song of the Year. For anime, game, and movie, we do top 3s, and for songs, we do top 10. And we will be going in that order, starting with anime. Should I read off our nominees?
Oh, fuck. My Google Docs is doing something.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit, Google.
Oh, shit. No, I've already put in the top 3. Oh, no.
So what the hell is happening?
He's reading anime names.
He's gonna read anime.
God damn, man. You just ran right into it. You're like, okay, we're going to do this. Here's anime. Let's go.
This is our 3rd year doing it.
Come on, just you literally just get slow down. Let's get some comedy in there. Pat, tell us a joke.
Pee pee poo poo.
Okay, actually, that is true. Cody's right. We need to get some comedy in here.
God damn, man.
Yeah, this is a 4-hour show. Let's make it longer.
Woo! Bits. Go. Who's there, Jonathan?
I didn't think that far ahead.
Woo! Bits, Colt.
Bob Marley. So good.
What were
Woo! Bits, Pat.
Fart, poot, shit, come.
Woo! Pat, Tanner, bit. Go.
Tanner, you're on the spot.
You gotta do audio, dumb fuck.
That was audio. You could hear the wind whooshing.
Bad bit. Woo! Cody, bit. I'm a bad bit. Okay.
All right, that's the
I got one. I'm a bad.
No.
Wait. I got one. I'm a bad bit.
Yeah. Hold on. If we keep doing this, we might get a copyright strike.
The last thing we need is our entire podcast.
All I know is 30 people just clicked off.
They need to know who we really are.
That is just, we're
Yeah, I think after 140 episodes, we should finally reveal ourselves.
What the fuck?
I don't, Jonathan.
That wasn't even a bit from Jonathan.
That was
moving a leg.
So Tanner, why are you going so? We've gone on too long now. You have really slowed us down.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
I need you to tell us anime.
I drank water earlier and I almost drowned.
What's our general idea for anime this year?
What?
How do we feel about anime this year?
It's good. Anime good.
Don't like your answer, Pat.
Anime
is better than
books.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck them.
Why would I read books when I can read anime?
Yeah, subtitles. All right, Jonathan.
All right, thanks, Jonathan.
All right.
Oh no, I didn't watch.
Our shows nominated for Anime of the Year are as follows: Mob Psycho 102, The Promised Neverland, Sarazanmai, Demon Slayer, Fire Force, Dr. Stone, Vinland Saga, Dororo, Blade of the Immortal, and No Guns Life.
So very stacked year.
Yeah, I'm really good. Really good year.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but one problem I had with one of these titles. It's the 2nd season of Mob Psycho. Why not just call it Mob Psycho 101?
Because, well,
Get out.
But it's the 2nd season.
It doesn't fit.
I mean, I guess it technically doesn't fit with the theme of the show. Oh, and by the way, there will be spoilers for everything we're going to discuss.
Maybe.
So just heads up.
All the spoilers for all the songs.
So
as you go from category to category, if you hear something that you want to watch or catch up on beforehand, just stop the podcast, go listen to that, go watch that, and then come back.
yeah.
And don't forget, we'll have timestamps when this all goes up, so you can just jump to whatever section, or you can skip ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, Tanner, you do. Yeah.
But I guess Mob Psycho 100 could technically be called 101 since he does go past 100%.
Yeah, so...
Theoretically.
Whoa!
What? If they said that at the first episode in the title card, that would sort of give away what's going to happen.
But it wouldn't if they wouldn't 101 and be like, oh, it's episode 2, so we get it.
It's
Season
part
2.
of the Zoe 101 canon.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Does Bob get pregnant?
It's
I hope so.
Well, Jonathan, you're not 100% wrong.
Yeah.
Oh,
I forgot what happens in that season.
Oh man, crazy shit.
So Well, I mean, we have to come up with a consensus top 3 here. So I guess we need to start cutting shows.
Okay.
I did not watch. I've only watched 2 episodes of Blade of the Immortal.
Yeah, I never watched it.
Blade of the Immortal, we talked about it on the fall anime
Yes.
review. We all really liked it. I just don't think it has the backing of some of these other shows.
Yeah.
Despite being really good.
Jazz hands.
It's on
Amazon.
It's on Amazon.
Amazon.
I definitely, like I recommended it on the fall anime review podcast, definitely recommend everybody go watch it because it's really fucking good. But if you're like not a fan of gore, avoid it.
Or possible sexual
Yeah, or
violence.
sexual violence. Definitely stay away from
Shield
it.
Hero is on this list, right? Shield Hero is on this list?
No.
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 It has to be an anime that debuted.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
started this year.
Damn. Did it really not start this year?
I think it
No.
started last fall.
December.
Yeah, it was last fall.
It is
So yeah,
actually-
I'm okay with Blade of the Immortal getting cut.
Yeah.
I definitely think it should get cut.
Yeah. Consider everything that's cut an honorable mention.
Yeah, no, like everything that got nominated for pretty much any of these categories, somebody thought strongly enough about it to even consider it.
Yeah.
So this is by no saying Blade of the Immortal is bad. It just doesn't make our personal top 3.
Yeah, and like a lot of shit this year.
Yeah.
Everything is worth watching that's on this list. So it's everything. This is like our
Pat, get
top
closer.
favorite. So this is for us the cream of the crop for 2019.
Yeah. And on that note, if Blade of the Immortal's getting cut, I think No Guns Life should also get cut.
Yeah, I've only seen
I would agree with
5
that.
episodes.
I've only seen
so,
5
yeah.
episodes, so yeah.
I've only seen none. So
Yeah, well, No Guns. I liked Blade of the Immortal more than I like No Guns Life, but it's also one of those shows that kind of fell by the wayside.
Yeah.
For me, so I unless anybody just has super strong feelings on No Guns Life or wants to say their piece about No Guns Life.
No Guns Life. If you're really into cyberpunk, I definitely think give it a watch. It's definitely something different. Really cool. It does have slow pacing at first. If you read the manga, the anime is a little bit faster. I give either a chance. Both are good. I would say definitely check out the manga first. Yeah, it's really fun.
A lot of really good film noir vibes and a lot of really interesting character design. And it's definitely one that I think will grow on you, and it's one of my sort of like low key favorites for the year.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, it was probably my second favorite from the fall crop of anime, right behind Blade of the Immortal. I'm going to suggest the show that we cut, and I guess we can hear people's thoughts on it. I didn't like Fire Force.
Fire Force is so fucking good though. Like I will say that I would be okay with being cut because the first, I guess, 8 episodes really didn't draw me in as much. I kept wanting to like it. It kept getting to where I almost liked it, and I never did for the first 8 episodes. I absolutely think it's one of the best anime of this year, and maybe even last year now. Like, where it's at now...
Last year?
like, in the past 2 years. This is the best... This is, like, one of the better animes of the past... If I made my listing, this would probably end up as like number 3 anime of this year because it was just so. Some of the scenes in it, some of the story is kind of unique, but then if you saw Promare, which is the movie, you basically saw a very basic premise of Fire Force.
It's kind of crazy that multiple firefighter anime big media things came out this year.
Yeah.
And both are very similar, like almost like I was leaning over saying, I was like, this is just Fire Force.
No, as soon as we walked out of the theater, everybody was like, "This is Fire Force."
Yeah, it's very good though. So
Yeah.
if we need to cut it, I'm down for it because there is some really strong contenders of both as well.
Something I will say too, I really love the sound design in Fire Force.
Oh yeah, that's phenomenal.
and some of the art direction too. Whenever there's a character speaking, it feels lazy at first, but then you start to understand like some of the way they use it in the story. Is when one character is speaking, he usually has their back to the camera, and everyone else in the room that's listening to the character speaking has no faces drawn. And sometimes it probably is. I don't want to say lazy.
No, it probably is like a time cutting technique, but it works.
But it works because it allows to show emotional impact, both comedic and sadness, really well.
yeah.
So
I will say the show's absolutely gorgeous.
the show is like the fire. I know after the incident with the studio catching fire or not catching fire, being arsoned.
Yeah.
They were supposed to reduce the fire effects. Didn't notice that whatsoever. I didn't notice a single like drop in quality with the animation. So if it was supposed to be more than what it is, I think it would have been like I don't know.
Because I mean, it's kind of absurd in that first episode, like the way they throw you into it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic anime though.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my personal cup of tea. I will say it's gorgeous. Like Wenzel said, the sound design's good. Cody showed us the second opening for it today, and it's incredible.
It rocks. It's crazy.
I was just not a personal huge fan of like the overall plot and where the story was going. And I gave it a fair shot. I gave it 8 episodes, which is usually more than I give shows, just because Cody liked it so much, and I wasn't a huge fan of it.
I will say if you did enjoy this, but you haven't seen Soul Eater, I'd recommend go checking out Soul Eater.
Oh yeah, because they have a lot of similarities.
So they're by the same creator, and this is like their most recent ongoing series, and it's one that I really wanted to get more into because I was really like
Bring the mic closer.
Really intrigued by the plot, by the art, and it's something that I want to kind of explore when I have time next year.
Yeah.
God, I'm looking at this list and I don't really know what should get cut next.
I don't want to. Let's just say they all win.
All of these. I want to say something.
I want to say something.
Okay, go ahead.
I've only seen one episode of Vinland Saga, but I absolutely loved it. But I just didn't watch anything.
I never
else.
watched it. I don't even know what it's about.
It's the Vikings.
It's Vikings and it's awesome.
It seems like
awesome.
it'd be really cool, and it's probably what is it on?
It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon.
Amazon killed it. Absolutely killed it. They've been killing it for years.
Yeah, Banana Fish was really good. I think that was last year.
I haven't. I only watched the first episode.
Yeah, that first episode did not hit with me, but for both Vinland Saga and
Blade of the
Immortal are two because we just recently reinstated Amazon, so I think we're gonna
Check those out.
check those two out because there have been, especially Vinland Saga. I've heard a lot of people really love. I think our friend Liz really loves Vinland Saga.
Yeah,
or
Pat loves it.
Pat loves it as well.
It's a fantastic series. It's like when we talk, it's a sort of like a historical fiction about sort of these lives of Vikings, especially this one particular young boy. And you sort of seeing his life grow like through like war and trauma and revenge, and just see like the debilitating effects of all those things, and sort of like how do you live a life in sort of like in an era of so much like bloodshed and trauma, and that's and it's very like the creator is like very like historically accurate and sort of like in terms of the setting and like designs and like it's like there, if you read the manga, he just gives you troves of information about the world and the era, and it's very much worth your time to read. Although we will have to say anyone that is sort of adverse to to a lot of strong violence and sort of like, so I mean, I guess there is some sexual stuff in there too. So like it's something that to be aware of if you go in, if you are sort of sensitive to those things. But it's very much worth your time. It's one of the strongest anime to come out this year.
Yeah, that first episode hooked me. I've seen I think the first 3 or 4 episodes. It's an incredible show. Like I really wish I could have made more time for Vinland Saga, just because, and it is something that we all really like.
Hold on, we're gonna pause for a second.
Hey everybody, sorry for that. We were just in the middle of talking about our anime of the year. We've already cut No Guns Life, Blade of the Immortal, and Fire Force, and we're currently talking about Vinland Saga, which is about to get cut if it's not already cut. But I think everybody's kind of on board with it being cut, yes?
Yeah. I only saw one episode of it.
Yeah. So, yeah, Vinland Saga, cut. There's 2 places.
Well, what's left?
So, what we have left is Mob Psycho 102, The Promised Neverland, Sarazanmai, Demon Slayer, Dr. Stone, and Dororo.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's going to happen. I guess Dororo should probably be next because I think I'm the only one that watched it.
I watched a good bit of it, and it's very good. The intro is very good.
Yeah.
But didn't finish it. Like, thing is though, it was hard. Like, what was it on?
It was on Amazon.
Yeah, it was on Amazon.
Yeah. So that was kind of the reason why I didn't watch the rest of it. It was just kind of we couldn't watch it really.
Yeah.
Dororo is a fantastic anime. If you love samurai animes, you will probably love this one. It's a very sad, very dark.
Very sad and dark.
Because it's about a guy that when he was a child, his dad sacrificed all of his arms, limbs, eyes, organs to the gods, except for one part of him was saved because of one specific demon probably fucked up. And his life is him going around gaining back his body parts by killing these demons that have them. And that's pretty much the
premise
gist of it.
Yeah.
but goddamn, it's like remembering something sad that happened in your life and just feel like crying.
It's a good show.
It's really good. Like, that was one of the first anime we watched this year because it was a part of that winter season, and it was a highlight of a very strong winter season. So I definitely recommend it to people. Just I don't think it really has the support here that some of these other shows have. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think Dr. Stone gets cut.
Yeah, I'm in there.
It's unfortunate because Dr. Stone
is really fucking good.
It's really good. It's I don't want to say it's a unique premise. It's Minecraft anime.
Well, I would say the premise is pretty neat because I started reading the manga back when it came out through 2017, and it follows about a high school student who sort of like he's a genius, and he's sort of tasked with sort of helping rebuild the world once it's struck with a mysterious calamity that makes the entire human population turn to stone, and he's sort of like encased in this like stone body for 3,000 years, and he's conscious the entire time, keeping track of the time. And when he finally breaks free, he immediately sets out to sort of rebuild society and human civilization, just using like what
science,
like just science. What he knows of science, which is like literally he's like an omnidisciplinary scientist as a high schooler. And he uses like just wood and rocks and twigs and just sort of building from there. And it seems like this fast forward tape of like human like technology and civilization just fast tracked. And it's crazy.
And the thing is though is that like at the beginning of the show, there's this bright green light that comes out of nowhere and turns everyone to stone. And they never explain it so far in even the first season. They don't try to explain what happened in the green light. And while it's always in the back of your mind, you really don't care because usually in anime it's like that green light, who did it, what did it, why did it, and it kind of this particular anime is like, yeah, that happened, but let's figure out what's going on now.
Yeah.
And there's this beautiful story that's entwined with it that you learn about a few things and how things kind of come about and how there's a few humans left, and it's this beautiful story of like. It's obviously anime, so it's the most. Yeah. It's very. It just feels like anime Minecraft, and it's like discovering is that you checking your own knowledge to what he's doing, and you can kind of come up with, oh, they're going to do this, and they're going to do that, and I don't know. It's a very fun little thing, especially if you're into like crafting and science and stuff like that.
I will also say these character designs, some of them are fucky and funky.
Yeah, these are some funky designs. Yeah. These are some of the funkiest designs I've seen in anime in a while.
Yeah, but I will say my favorite design is just the main character, Senku.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I love him so much.
He's an onion boy.
Yeah, he's an
onion boy.
And I love it.
I love it. Far-fetched.
Yeah, really, really great.
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic show, and I will say, like, actually pretty well animated. Like the story, it is simple enough, but like it's just really interesting. Like it's one of those things you don't mind. It doesn't need to overcomplicate it.
No,
it's not.
And with that, it's like there's so much they could do too. Because
literally anything in human history.
It's literally one guy, a kid, essentially trying to rebuild civilization with science, and that's cool. And there's a part in there too where like it's showing like the passage of time, like while humans are like pretty much gone. And I thought that like that was a very cool and kind of like somber scene,
like bittersweet almost.
Yeah,
of just like it's sad that watching all of civilization go away over 3,000 years, but it's also sort of like very kind of emotionally
beautiful.
Yeah, it was
because
very nice.
Like all the buildings are
nature
gone,
is
and
like
it's just nature's dominant. Yeah,
and one of the
really
only
cool.
I really like the one of the few things that were left over was a giant Buddha statue.
Yeah,
that was really cool
because I mean it takes place in Japan. So
yep.
Also, I fucking love how I don't know if it happens any time later, but in the beginning, how we just skipped all these different ages. We went straight into the Bronze Age, I think.
Yes, that happens quite a bit.
Yeah,
by the end of the show, we are pretty far into it.
That shit gets me hype. I like that.
They fast track it. He kind of like looks at everything and says, okay, what can we condense down? He looks at the practical things that were created over the years that are practical in the sense of accessibility, and they're kind of at odds with another group of people who think that the world should grow on its own and that they should not revive all the people who are stone. Anywho, so
Oh, yeah, you can spoil it a little bit. I mean,
yeah, I don't want to spoil it for some people because I know some people.
I don't want to
Yeah.
be spoiled.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll go away.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they fast track that a lot, and you see those jumps and leaps, and they're like, "Holy shit, you're making this, and you're making this, and you're making this," and it's just really good. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
yeah, I am 10 billion% sure this is a good anime.
That's Sitsuki's catchphrase.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. Like we said, all these anime are good, and it kinda
Every
sucks.
single one of them.
It kind of sucks. We just couldn't rank the 10. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
we theoretically could. It's our show.
It's
but,
our fucking
you know.
rules.
Yeah, but
It's about to get a lot
They can
worse.
change it any moment.
yeah, this is about to get ugly because we have to cut one of Mob Psycho 102, The Promised Neverland, Stars on My or Demon Slayer. We have to cut one of them,
So
and then we
go around. Let's say what our number 4 pick would be.
say what the anime we would cut would be.
Yeah.
Don't start with me.
You go ahead, Pat.
I say we cut Mob Psycho next.
I agree.
I say Mob Psycho next.
Oh no!
I would say Promise Neverland because I haven't watched an episode of it.
Oh, you wouldn't be saying that if you actually watched it.
Oh fuck! Don't do this to me. I would say Sarazanmai.
You know,
It's for me. I feel the same about Sarazanmai as I do Mob Psycho. They're both great. It's just that I care about these other three a lot more.
The thing is, the thing is for me is like the only one on here. Actually, I've seen Mob Psycho 100 season 2, and I've seen The Promised Neverland, but I haven't seen Sarazanmai, and I haven't seen Demon Slayer. But I know for a fact I really enjoyed Demon Slayer, and I think I would definitely enjoy it more than Sarazanmai, even though they're both very good.
you would like Demon Slayer more. Demon Slayer's definitely making the list. That's not a.
Oh yeah,
That wasn't a question at the start.
I wasn't even thinking anyone would fight it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody will fight Demon Slayer making this list. I mean, it sounds like because I'm thinking about it and like it hurts me to say, but I really think I would also cut Mob Psycho.
I mean, if that's the majority,
It's the majority. So I think
Yeah.
God, and that and I think the only reason because it came down to me between cutting Mob Psycho or cutting Promised Neverland, and the only reason I'm going with cutting Mob Psycho is because it is a season 2 where I had expectations already because I loved the first season so much. Where Promised Neverland, like obviously Winslow has been hyping it up for a little bit, but you know you take that with a grain of salt. But it is Promised Neverland hit me by surprise. I think it is a phenomenal show.
yeah, I remember I was on Twitter and some guy like posted a really haunting image from Promised Neverland. I was like, "Fuck me, I gotta read this." So I read it, and like literally as I was reading it, because I knew there's something fucked up because it's about a bunch of kids being raised in an orphanage.
I kind of want Jonathan to not get spoiled. By
Yeah.
Oh no
Yeah.
spoilers. I'll just say it's a bunch
This
of
is just
kids
the premise.
being raised in an orphanage, but they can't leave.
That's all you need.
That's
to
all
know.
you need, and
Yeah.
like from there it just gets fucked, and it's like crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But on that note, I also think The Promised Neverland should be third.
I think Sarazanmai should be third.
That's up to you guys.
Okay, so did we cut Mob?
Mob,
Yeah,
Mob
we're
got
cutting Mob.
Okay,
Oh,
so
but-
we're
I
now.
was just doing the top 3.
But what we should say though is that you definitely should watch Mob, and
Oh
we
my
even
God,
have an episode about Mob.
Yeah, we
So-
have a whole non-canon file reviewing the second season of Mob Psycho
if
that
you-
you need to go watch.
If you have
listen to.
seen it but you haven't listened to our episode, go check that out. But
Yeah.
if you want to, go watch it and then check our episode out after.
And then listen to this. Maybe click on the chicken nugget taste test. a few
Maybe
times.
maybe go buy my stickers on my Etsy
The
store.
whole list. Display every episode simultaneously.
Yeah. Yeah. It really pains me for Mob Psycho to get cut. But I do think Promised Neverland should be number 3.
I would agree. Promised Neverland be number 3.
Number 3.
Okay,
I'm gonna.
this
go
is
ahead.
hard,
Okay,
Can I
you
say?
but I think Sarazanmai needs to be number 3.
Okay, Sarah's on my number
Okay.
3. I say Sarah's on my number 3.
Skip me.
Well, Jonathan hasn't seen Promised Neverland.
I want to say Sarazanmai, and I'll tell you why I want to say Sarazanmai, because I feel like it has a good message with every single episode, yes, but one thing that I always found annoying was the actual final fights of it, because they would just use the same battle animations every single time, except for the heads of the creatures would be different every single episode.
Well, and that's kind of part of the aesthetic of it, right? It's an artistic choice and it was purposeful. But I do get it because
Yeah.
if you just watch the first 4 or 5 episodes, you're watching repetition.
Yeah.
really like the first 8 episodes. I mean, they do that.
As much as I loved Sarazanmai, especially like that first part, it is very repetitive, and they reuse a lot of animation.
Yeah, I really did love it, but for me, it's definitely going to have to go in the third.
Sure.
spot.
And if Pat is for Sarazanmai going, what would be your number 3 out of the 3 left?
I would be fine with Sarazanmai being 3.
Okay, I'm totally fine with Sarazanmai going at number 3. Well, I thought Cody was also going to. I thought Cody might have fought for it for Anime of the Year, which is why I thought.
I think it was great, and I loved it. I love I like some of the things that kind of explored some of the overtone, some of the character development as well. I thought it was fantastic. But the thing is, though, is that when the other two anime, Demon Slayer and Promised Neverland, have such compelling stories.
Yeah.
That when we get into 1 and 2. For me, I know what my number one and two I want them to be spiritually.
Yeah.
But reality-wise, that could be totally flipped. So,
Oh man.
you could literally interchange 1 and 2 and have the best time of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
I mean, literally, you could watch any of the anime we nominated, and the only one I wasn't a huge fan of was Fire Force, but
any of these anime could literally appeal to anybody.
yeah, and I thought anime was going to be a fairly straightforward category just because we had so few nominated this year. But I legitimately didn't know. I figured Demon Slayer would make our top 3 just because how much we all really liked it, and I figured Promised Neverland would probably make a run for it. But I really had no idea. I'm glad Sarazanmai got in the top 3 because it's in my personal top 3. It's probably my number 2 because I thought the show was great. The message the show sends is great. Ton of different overlapping stories that they do wrap up extremely well in the finale.
Hold on. Cody just touched my heel with his toe.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Who the fuck do you think you are?
How are we going to put number 1 and 2?
Okay.
Rolling right by.
I think here's what I'm going to say. Is there anybody at this table that thinks Promised Neverland's above Demon Slayer?
This is where I'm having struggles. Demon Slayer is a beautiful, fantastic. It's a great story. Promised Neverland, but Demon Slayer is Demon Slayer to me is a lot of anime that we've seen before in the past, condensed down to the best parts and made beautiful. Whereas Promised Neverland is a unique, interesting story that has you on the edge of the seat from the beginning of the season to the end.
But Promised Neverland does have its faults, especially with how it treats characters of color.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean...
Oh, yeah, this is that show.
Yeah.
There's some problematic aspects to it, sure.
But no, that shouldn't, you should still be able to very much enjoy it because it does have a story to tell and it has its main character. It's a shonen Jump title, but the main character's female, and that's pretty new.
Well, yeah, and I will say this is the first shonen I've watched maybe ever where the female lead is actually written well,
and she's
yeah, they're kids, but she's actually a badass too,
Yeah.
which is really nice for a change, and she's not like Sakura just being like.
No,
hands in the air for 600 episodes, being like, I don't know what to do.
The creator didn't know what to do with her.
no,
Yeah.
We'll give her that one battle at the beginning of Shippuden. That's it.
Literally one battle.
the main character's name is Emma, and she's very much a character who's developing and also very strong and as the course of the show and the manga is learning.
Yeah.
For some reason, I keep giving them my mind Code Lyoko heads, and I
it's not far off.
It's not far off. They have big heads.
They do.
I
Yeah.
keep imagining Code Lyoko characters because we watched the first episode of Code Lyoko a few days ago, and it's in my head. Anywho, this is very difficult.
This is difficult because both of these shows are top
very
tier.
good.
I think if you put these two shows against last year's crop, I think these two shows could also make the top 3 from last year.
I don't remember last year.
I don't remember.
Last year we had JoJo, Devilman Crybaby, and
Was Devilman?
Skeleton
Oh,
bookstore.
Yeah,
Honda.
Honda-san.
Yeah.
Was Devilman last year?
Yeah.
Devilman Crybaby was last January.
January 2018.
Yep.
Yep.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
No way that those would be this. No ways that would lose to these, in my opinion.
So personally for me, it comes down because I think both shows are quality. I liked Demon Slayer's story more. I think Demon Slayer was better to look at. I think Demon Slayer also had a better sense of progression than the show. I do think there's a part in Promised Neverland, right before the finale, like episode 7, 8, and 9, where nothing really happens the whole episode until the end, and then they.
But I mean, like there are reasons.
Oh no, there's totally reason for it. Yeah, and this is totally just my what I like in shows.
Yeah.
Where Demon Slayer was like there is like your average like I have to train like the first 2 or 3 episodes. Literally every big action anime ever has that, but after that it's just pedal to the metal till episode 26. And I will say Demon Slayer also has 26 episodes. Promised Neverland was 12. So just from a pure quantity standpoint and quality standpoint, I think Demon Slayer had more good stuff than Promised Neverland.
I think Promised Neverland is one of those shows that Promised Neverland's story is literally you can show to anybody and they will be compelled to watch it. I think that's one thing about like sometimes people just aren't into the whole like samurai Demon Slayer sort of aesthetic, and that's fine.
It's fine, but I don't know what the fuck you like.
Yeah, but Promised Neverland has the story that's easy for everybody to jump into. My number one pick is Demon Slayer. That's what my number one pick is. It was beautiful. It peaked multiple times, and it didn't. It actually has the biggest peak in anime that I have seen, maybe in a very long time. I can't remember a time where an anime had me up and besides like literally Madara fighting fucking the entire fucking Ninja World army.
And like that's with the context of Naruto was like several people at this table's childhood.
Yeah.
Like we started watching Naruto when we were children.
Like, when I remember sitting on the couch watching episode I think 19 was it? Or was it episode 9?
Episode 19 is like the big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching episode 19 of Demon Slayer had me like. I was laying down at the end of the movie. At the end of the episode, I was standing up.
Yeah.
I was physically up in the air, like whoa, and I had to go
awesome.
rewatch half the episode again to just make sure I saw what I saw.
Yeah, no, it's insane, and it's probably the most beautiful. I would say the only scene that really stands up to it personally is episode 5 of Mob, where he's fighting.
Yeah.
and it's like from an animation standpoint, like those scenes look like high budget anime movie scenes. Like those look like very expensive to me, and like I don't know animation techniques. I'm not going to pretend like I do, but to me that looks like shit you could see in a high budget anime movie, and it still probably be a scene stealer in those movies.
It was a very interesting because Demon Slayer has a very interesting flat 2D design on 3D models, I believe.
Because there's quite a bit of CG rendered like environments, but it probably is. It has to be some of the best CG in anime I've ever seen because it doesn't feel distracting. Because that's actually very much a deal breaker for some people in anime, and that's their taste. But like it feels so fluidly integrated, like just from the environments, from the water effects, to just everything about it is just like seamless and gorgeous. Even like
it kind of reminds me of Okami.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely a lot of like ink wash Japanese art. That's a very much part of the aesthetic and like the movement of the show, and like it's just amazing how well it's all sort of packaged. It's fantastic.
There's also a few scenes where it's not just CG. They use like actual real type landscapes in certain scenes. They're not there for long, but it's very nice.
It helps to add, like you can tell there's a lot of fucking love in this anime because it feels like there's so much love into it because like I said before, it is story like Demon Slayer. I think the actual Japanese is like Demon Slaying Sword or something like that is the direct translation.
Yeah, it's literally Kimetsu no Yaiba or Kaiba.
Yeah, Kimetsu no Yaiba. And the thing is, like, just on paper, it seems like the most generic anime.
Yeah.
Guy with the samurai sword killing demons. It's been done 100 times before, but just for whatever reason, myself included, I thought, it's just the same old that shonen. But then, whatever reason, there's just something about the way they do it that just hits different, and it
Tanjiro is one of the best anime characters I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
and from what I've heard, the manga is more like kind of bland than I think a lot of it does have to do with it just being animated.
Yeah,
because that was my big thing. Because I read the manga and thought it was just ho hum, but then night and day for me when I read it.
It really is. Like, I read the manga just because I wanted to know what happened after the season ended, and like I'm still gonna watch the anime even though like I know what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Just because it is night and day, and like the manga does not do that story justice. Like it needs the colors, it needs the animation, it needs like the life they bring to the characters. Like it needs all of that. It's incredible. Demon Slayer's personally, this first season of Demon Slayer is one of my favorite. Probably out of everything I have consumed this year, probably just one of my favorite things.
I was gonna say with some of the art in there, it reminded me of wood block cut out art.
Yeah,
It was
definitely.
Yep.
The
Very beautiful.
colors, the patterns, even are very traditional. It's
Japanese. It's really awesome.
It's really pretty.
And every character has like such cool design. The demons have cool designs. All your Demon Corps people have really cool designs.
Oh shit,
The
yeah.
main quartet of the cast.
Yeah.
They're all fantastic.
There's literally a character whose main characteristic is wearing a fucking pig head, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Inosuke is like easily one of my top favorite
I
characters.
love Inosuke.
Inosuke is incredible.
Which I saw his actual face. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love him.
It's very good.
And the story behind Zenitsu, is that his name?
The next is the lightning guy.
Yes. His powers, his like who he is so fucking good.
It's really good because at first I was like, this is the most annoying character I've ever come across in anime.
I was about to say I feel like Zenitsu's the first time I've ever watched anime even actively annoyed by the character, but like when he has his shining moments, they're very good.
Some of the most hype shit in the show is Thunderclap.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow, thanks for the whisper.
Okay. Think about that for a second. Think how hyping shit that was, and now like I said, it's just like this show has so many peaks to it that it's difficult for me not to just like recommend this as number one. Like this needs to be number one.
Yeah, that's also where I stand on it. I think it should be number one. I would love to hear if somebody wants to go to bat for Promised Neverland at number one.
I mean,
I think Demon Slayer should be number one.
I mean, honestly, like I haven't seen much of Demon Slayer, and I'm like I can only be like biased towards Promised Neverland because I finished it and I read the manga. But if everybody wants Demon Slayer, I ain't arguing. It looks beautiful. Like everybody said, I thought it was bland. Watched the first episode, drew me in. I just never got around to watching the rest.
You gotta
of it.
watch. The
You
rest.
got.
I know.
If that first episode drew you in, like, oh my god, like you were in for a ride.
that first episode shit compared to
One
the-
thing that someone else
Not
we know
really.
that really likes the show said was that he was super excited to know that the training session only lasted like 1.5 episodes.
Yeah.
And it went forward like 2 years.
Yeah, that is one thing that kind of threw me off because like you don't really get that, which I will actually say is probably my only mark against the show is like you don't really get that progression of time, and then all of a sudden in like the middle of episode 3, they're just like it's been 2 years.
Which I'm kind of glad.
Yeah, no, I am too. I'm
Because-
glad that wasn't like a whole arc or something.
Yeah.
Training arc.
Yeah.
It took a real time 2 years.
Training arcs, we get it. You're going from someone who's not strong to someone who is.
So
Seen them before.
So are we saying Demon Slayer 1, Promised Neverland 2, Saren's on My 3?
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, we're
Locked
doing
in.
that.
There you go.
Locked in. Okay.
I feel good about that.
I
feel really good.
That's probably the best I've ever felt about our anime.
Yeah.
It's good. All right,
Yeah.
let's fuck it up, guys. Let's fuck it up.
Last year I didn't really like Devilman.
Which is
Which is like
fucking stupid.
Wait, I thought you liked Devilman.
No, he fucking
I did
he
not.
fell asleep watching.
I
it.
did not like it a whole bunch.
So annoying.
Devilman was so good.
Go watch your Fruits in the Baskets.
Hold on.
Oh, Fruits in the Basket's fun.
Should we
though.
nominate Fruits Basket? No. Does Fruits Basket have a chance?
I stopped watching it.
Oh, God, I love that.
It
shit.
was like-
I mean, it wouldn't make my top 3. But
Every
man,
episode was like, eh. And I was just like, and horny rats. I mean,
That's like
well, never mind.
Think of a New York subway rat eating pizza. That's what was happening.
man, I will say Fruits Basket doesn't make my top 3 of the year, but man, it is like such a feel good show for me. Like I remember watching it in elementary school, like the original, and I loved it. And this is actually well drawn and well animated. Go check out Fruits Basket.
It's
so
fun.
yeah. So our final rankings for anime of the year: Saren's on My at number 3, The Promised Neverland at number 2, and Demon Slayer is the consensus AYCH anime of the year.
And I'm okay with that.
I actually feel decent about that. I feel like we got everybody's stuff in there.
All right, now it's anime of the year, we have to sing a song. Demon Slayer is anime of the year. Merry Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Fuck you, Harley Jarvis.
Oh, fuck, she's got a gun.
This goes up on the 30th.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
So is everybody good? Do we want to take a small break before Game of the Year?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta
need to
go.
go stretch my dick.
Let's do
go
a
piss.
small break, and then we'll be right back with Game of the Year. What's up?
Actually, I did pull straight up to the.
Bits, go.
Oh shit.
I got a bit.
Go.
It's a gold rush, but all the biters are digging boogers out of your nose instead of gold.
Good.
Hold on, I got. It's game related. Honk.
Okay.
Honk 2.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, now me. If you need to come to be cleaned up, call me.
No,
at
you
1-800.
Cold to say it. Oh, that's fucked up.
Come spill.
That's fucked up.
CUMSPILL. He didn't say it. So it's mine. It's mine.
It's 1-800.
No, I changed it. I didn't say it right because it's not yours anymore. It's mine. Come spill.
Okay, hey everybody, we're here for Game of the Year. Let's get into the nominees. Our nominees for Game of the Year are as follows: Tetris 99, Metro Exodus, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Baba Is You, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Ape Out, Borderlands 3, Days Gone, Untitled Goose Game, Death Stranding, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and Control.
I don't want to be spoiled for Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Tetris 99. Where's the 97 other ones?
What? 97.
Also, don't want to be spoiled for Control.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Well, I was actually going to say we can talk about Control first because I think Jonathan's really the only one that's dug into it.
Cole has too.
Oh, have you, Cole? Yeah. Oh, okay. Y'all want to talk about Control?
Did you want to? Are you going to get into spoiler territory or?
I don't think so. Like, I'm also not. I'm maybe about a fourth of the way through the game, maybe. But yeah,
Let's talk about up to where you're at because I don't want to spoil for you.
Okay. I'm trying to think.
He looked so fucking tired when you said that. He was just like, fine.
I can't. I'm trying to remember how far. It's been a little bit since I've last played.
Last time we talked about it, you were at the woman with the World War
Yeah, I'm a little further than
machine
that
gun.
now.
Okay.
But
There's a mission.
yeah, it's as far as the story goes, you're playing as this young woman named Jessie Faden who's looking for her brother. Comes into this building called the Federal Bureau of Control, which is, and then shit gets funky real quick. It's really abstract. It's
SCP as hell.
SCP as hell. Yeah, it's really fun. The story's really intriguing. I do have a couple complaints, but
Yeah, for me, the thing that's my favorite about this is the SCP type monsters. There's like a lockup area. This isn't story, but there's a lockup area where there's a bunch of things that are locked away, and there's some that are really, really fucking cool. Can I spoil one of them, please? One SCP creature.
Yeah, I don't
not-
really
It's
know.
funny we call it
ahead.
SCP creatures, but they're not like SCP in there.
yeah.
Well, for people who don't know from framework context, what is SCP?
SCP is secure,
Contain, protect.
contain, protect, and it's essentially like this this thing that was made by a ton of writers and users and fans of like anything horror, sci-fi related and stuff. There's like this wiki where they all come together and they essentially write these articles for these creatures, artifacts, and any anomalous object or thing, which each one is like has a designation like SCP-001 or SCP-002, and then so on and so forth. There's like over 4,000 of them at this point, and it's so well known because of the fact that the people who write this are actually like put a lot of research and like use scientific kind of like writing and descriptions for this, so it's really well known, and it's very much on the side of like horror, but also it could be silly, and it's very much in the main, like it's very much ingrained in like very nerd or geeky pop culture, I guess.
It's basically creepypasta cryptids.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the one that I'm going to talk about is pretty much one of the most popular SCP ones. It's the one that has the big baby. I can't remember that one. It once you look away from it, it
Oh, it's a sculpture. Yeah.
Yeah, that it's like that one, but a little different. It's a refrigerator that someone has to keep their eyes on it at all times, or if someone's not keeping an eye on that refrigerator, it will kill people.
That is literally exactly
Yeah.
it. Fuck.
It's
That's like a Doctor Who thing.
it's pretty fucking cool.
That's like the
Weeping
Weeping
Angel.
Angels.
Yeah.
That is just one little taste of what the SCP things are like.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil them because they are really, really fun to discover.
Yeah, and the building is very, very like, I don't know what's the term for it. You know how like a lot of modern government buildings have this like really like sleek design.
Brutalist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very brutal.
It's all based on brutalism.
Very cold.
And it's very morphic. It's the only game on this list I've had any sort of experience with. The combat is it feels a little shoehorned in the sense of, I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. It's, to me, if the gameplay feels like an afterthought to the story.
Yeah.
And also too, there's this little thing they do that really it's just this little thing in the back of my mind that just kind of annoys me. The main character you get her inner monologue, which, you know, in a lot of ways that can be cool, but how they implement it is, it's very like stating the obvious, and a lot of like the dynamics of any interaction she has with anyone is, I think I should tell this person this thing. I'm going to tell this person this thing. Hey, person, this thing. And it's like, oh, this is completely unnecessary.
Well, it's also story reasons for that.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like a lot of games.
I don't want to spoil why, but there's story reasons for that.
But it does come off as a little melodramatic.
Yeah.
And especially in a story, at least where I'm at right now, is taking itself really seriously.
Yeah.
But like I said, that all in all, those are very minor complaints. It's really fun and engaging, and I'm really just, and like I'm playing it on the PS4 and have the earphones in to kind of get that full immersive experience, because there's a lot of like ambient noise, and a lot of the tension in this game is just kind of waiting for the shoe to drop, and that's yeah.
This is their second game, right?
No, this is our third.
Remedy.
Well, no, they did the first two Max Payne games,
They did Alan Wake.
Alan Wake, and then Quantum Break.
All I know is this is the second game in the Alan Wake universe, because
Yeah.
Alan Wake and Control are in the exact same universe, because in Control there's a file about the Alan Wake incident. It's pretty damn cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like so many like different files that, while you don't necessarily need to read them, it really enhances your experience.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And like there was like one time I just opened the game and read for like a couple hours.
Yeah, no, that's great, because I absolutely love games like that, and like,
And a lot of them, sorry to interrupt, but a lot of like the cool things about the files that you get are they're very much like CIA documents. They're where like a large chunk of it has been blacked out.
that's cool.
So it gives this really like
It adds to
secret.
mystery.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what SCP does on their articles and stuff. Is that certain parts of them will be like blacked out, so like it adds like a little bit of like to the imagination. While some of it's like it might be blacked out, but you can also remove it. But that's cool. I really enjoy games like that have like good lore that like is like not kind of like there to be like, oh, it's like a notification that you just want to get out, so it's really annoying seeing it. It's more like kind of like enticing to be like wanting to read through it and stuff. That's really cool. I wish I would have made the time to play it, because I knew I would have loved it, because I've just been seeing so many raving reviews about it, especially like on the horror side of Twitter. It just seems like my shit. And
there's like, sorry to interrupt, but there's like a ton of publications that have said like this is like game of the year. Like Pace Magazine named it their number 7 game of the whole decade, and it didn't come out till August.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, this game has gotten a ton of praise.
Yeah.
I will say, if you're not a huge fan of abstract storytelling, like I said, I'm only a little bit into the game, but if you're not into like more like abstract visual storytelling, like a Hodorowski, Lynch, things like that, this might not be for you.
Yeah, for sure. But if you're into like the SCP Foundation or Alan Wake or anything like that, then you'll get this will be your shit.
So cut control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic
Yeah,
game. I'll say this, honestly. 99% of these games are good. So
Oh, hold up.
99.
that was a hint. That was a hint.
I guess you're talking about Days Gone not being good.
No. Actually,
We talk about cutting Pokemon. Let's do it.
yeah.
Let's just get into Pokemon.
Yeah.
I thought you are.
Oh,
This is
okay.
one of the games you know. so
Yeah,
I'll let
this
you
is
do
one of the
it.
most vocal games. Okay, so of course there was the big controversy of the national decks being cut, and it is very frustrating the fact that you can't get every single Pokemon in this game. I'm not upset that you can't catch every Pokemon in this game. I'm upset that I can't trade over from like home and box and things like that.
Yeah.
That's what I care about.
The thing is, you will be able to in 2020, but you can't trade over certain Pokemon.
Yeah, it feels very, I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. Anyways, with all that said, that to the side, I really wanted to take a look at this game as for what it is, and honestly, it feels like it's a good. There's parts of this game that are really good and really innovative, but there's a lot of this game that makes me wonder what they were trying to do here. The Pokemon itself is my favorite part of this game. The Pokemon designs, the creature designs are gorgeous little things. They are wonderful. But the big problem I have with it is that it feels like it is a few years too late. And this game feels like somewhere in between the 3DS games and a Switch game, and it does not feel like a fully functioning Switch game.
It feels late and early at the same time. I feel like they should have took a lot more time on this.
This feels like a first draft. This feels like if you could do a first draft of a game, and there's plenty of them. This feels like a first draft.
Honestly, yeah.
But also too, like what was it last year? They released Let's Go Pikachu Let's Go Eevee, which I feel like that would be more like them like testing the waters with.
What?
Nothing.
What was that?
It's just something my phone's doing right now. But yeah, I feel like that would be like a better like way to like draft out, at least, you know, from a more design perspective of what they're going to do instead of this new generation.
See, I agree with that, but also Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and Gen 8 were meant for two different audiences.
Well, you're right, but the thing is, though, is that there was a lot of stuff in Let's Go Pikachu, at least aesthetically and functionally, that would have been fantastic. In this game.
Sure. And I also want to say, like, we're going to be getting into the design of this game, but like this is not so much on Game Freak as much as it is on the Pokemon Company being like, okay, you get 12 months to churn out this new game. Here you go. So I do want to put that out there.
Yeah, I mean, like it's obvious that like there was. It seems like there was a lot of the love for the franchise was there, but the implementation was not.
Yeah.
There was a lot of issues. I think the wild area, while it's fun, fantastic, you spend hours doing it. It's sparse. There's really not much going on. The game feels incredibly linear. This is the most linear game.
Even by Pokemon standards?
Even by Pokemon standards.
Yeah, it seems like it's been getting steadily more and more linear.
This was this was a big leap in linearity. Gen 8 or not Gen 8, Gen 7 I thought was pretty linear itself, but it kind of broke up the monotony from island to island and things like that. This game feels like it is ungodly, like you're going from bottom to top, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. And after you make it to the top, that's it. There's nothing else.
You can go back to the wild area, but that's about it. There's no exploration. There's no reason for you to. I think there's only a few places where there's only reason a little bit of reason
There's the
to swim.
after story where you get the legendary and you get the Pokédex.
Yeah, that's literally you get one legendary in the main story, but the actual the Sword and Shield Pokemon you don't get till after the story.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, not only that, but there's like this crazy, like, the story itself is good. It's just very light touch. It doesn't feel as involved. I mean, like, seriously, it's Pokemon. But, like, and I always refer back to my favorite Gen 3, and I'm always, like, fighting with myself, am I just being nostalgic? Gen 3 was actually a pretty dang complex story in comparison. Gen 4 and 5 were very complex.
Gen 4 especially. I remember
Yeah.
having a bitch of a time with Diamond.
A lot of people did not like Gen 5's story because it was, a lot of people liked it but didn't like it. It was weird, but like it was nuanced. It had like some actual like some commentary there. That this one just like feels super shoehorned in. It feels like this. It feels like they made the Pokemon, and the story was all they put a lot of love into the Pokemon, but that was about it.
Yeah.
And I feel really sad about that. But it is one of my games of the year because of the Pokemon, because of the designs of the Pokemon. These are some of my favorite designs ever.
They are fantastic. I remember we just looked through me and Colt looked through like all the leaks.
Yeah, I saw all the Pokemon before.
And even though even though we saw all of them, I literally like I looked at it once, forgot about them. So literally going back into the game, I didn't know. I completely forgot. So like every time I saw a new Pokemon, I was like, oh fuck! Like it was just so amazing, especially like Sizzlipede
and Scorch. They're my favorite.
They look so awesome. Oh man, they look so good.
And the Mega, not the Mega. And see, that's another thing. I miss Mega Evolutions.
Yeah,
man, it's just like that's a thing too. It's like they keep adding these new functions, gimmicks, and it's like
that's fine.
That's fine and all, but like if you're not gonna be able to use past ones, then it's kind of like there's no reason to really. They're useless because like they provide no like lasting effect on you.
Well, like Mega Evolutions felt like a natural, pun intended, evolution of the sort of metagame around Pokemon. Z moves, it was kind of gimmicky, kind of stupid.
Z moves were straight out of fucking Digimon.
Yeah, but like the whole like. What if we take Pokemon but make them bigger and better? And to me, like when they announced that, I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
I understand. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, which it would be kind of cool if they would have taken the time, which I understand they couldn't, but they would have taken the time to make this game just a little more polished. But also, since they're working with new hardware, because the Dynamax Pokemon are very similar to the Totem Pokemon in Sun and Moon.
Yes.
So it'd be really cool if there's a connection there, and it's like. You have to do more research of Dynamax. Let's go to Alola. Like that would have been a cool little thing, but
yeah, that and it's just. I wish they would just. I mean, we don't know, but if France is X and Y and Sword and Shield is England, which it very much is, but then
take me to Spain.
Then I would assume that they. Hopefully, we do get there, and I hope we get a Hamon Iberica.
I don't know what you just said.
Iberian pig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so like if that's the case, then Mega Evolution should be the thing there, right?
Yeah.
Like Mega Evolution. I mean, and again, we're trying to put lore to a Pokemon series that really doesn't have. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't make
like
sense.
Bare bones lore.
Well, it doesn't make sense for Mega Evolution to actually because you can Mega Evolve in Gen 7 too as well, correct?
You can, but at the very end of the game, you have to. It's very specific. You have to find them and stuff like that.
So, like, it feels weird that like you have this, and in Gen 6, I mean, it was a huge part of the game. I mean, they literally gave you Pokemon for the sole sake of Mega Evolving.
And then
them.
you can Mega Evolve in a Mega Ruby and
and a Mega Ruby.
So
and
it's like
Sapphire.
it's like you're literally going back to
it feels like going backwards. And
but like you're adding like lore, like new lore to established lore.
But then it's like that established lore then does not matter.
Yeah.
It's like, like they have Mega Evolutions. I guess you can kind of play off the fact of like, oh, it's in a whole different region, so like it hasn't reached here yet. I guess you can get that.
But that makes no sense if they keep doing what they're doing and putting them.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you.
And that's the thing is that even Alola, which is considered to be in the middle of the ocean, Hawaii, then there were Mega Stones there. It's like, oh, they made them here, or not? They made it here because it was discovered in the X and Y region. What was the region called again?
Kalos.
Like they were. I don't know. It's hard because like I understand these games are geared towards children.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But No, they're not. They're not geared towards children. They're geared towards both adults and children. I get why they did the big Pokemon. You're now on the big screen, so you need something big. And honestly, the big Gigantamaxing and Dynamaxing, they work. It's fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah,
and it's
really
pretty
cool.
fun.
Everybody's saying
This is also another impossibility, probably, but take some years, add some more big versions of Pokemon, because that was one of the things I loved. I loved fighting the special versions of the big Pokemon at every gym.
Yeah.
I think there's just so many things that it feels like they were progressing from Gen 6 to Gen 7, and now here we are at Gen 8, and it feels like they're spinning their tires in the mud a little bit.
Yeah. And then it kind of scares me too, because the next year's rumored Pokemon game are Gen 4 remakes, which I know holds a very special place in multiple people at this table's heart.
For sure.
So, like, I'm interested to see how that goes.
I think it could work.
I think it could too.
I think it could work very well, but I think because it's already pre-established. It's that creative aspect of creating something new and with such a short amount of time, and I don't know, and a lot of the graphics were not that great. There was some it just did not feel like a Switch game. It felt like somewhere in between to me. Mm-hmm. And while you're playing it, you can kind of ignore those things. When you go from playing that to something like Luigi's Mansion or an Odyssey or a Breath of the Wild, you're like, this game does not feel.
It just doesn't.
It doesn't have that polish that other
par.
Switch games have, and it's so unfortunate because I love Pokemon and I love the designs and I love a lot of parts about this game. It's just something fell through, and I don't know where that fault lies.
Yeah. I will say too, with the characters and stuff, I really like Hop's character actually had a pretty good development. It was actually kind of compelling.
And everybody hated him, apparently, thanks to Twitter, saying Hop's a little annoying shit.
See, what I saw was everybody was like, Hop was like, everybody loves Hop because he's dealing with himself and like coming into his own terms. Like,
I was going to say, like, at least on my corner of Twitter, people are like actively defending Hop as like as a rival for the series, and I feel like I haven't gotten as far as everyone else, but like I do sort of what I've seen, sort of like how he's supportive of you as a player, but also he's sort of dealing with living in his brother's shadow as the champion.
Yeah.
And like him sort of like losing to you, but still like trying to do what he wants. But it's like the conflicts he has of like succeeding personally and like supporting you as like supporting people around him,
which is like, you kind of see that in every other game, but like for this game, like I actually felt bad when I beat him. Like, this is like the first game where I actually felt bad beating the rival. Every other game I didn't give a shit. I was like, I wanted to rub it in their face. I was like, fuck you. You think you can come up against me? Get the fuck out of here.
Especially that final battle with him. He's like, fuck, I'm not the champion.
But
looks like I'll go sell feet pics.
That's not what. But yeah. Now and with characters like because you have other rivals which are Marnie and Beatty. Like they also like their stories are like I kind of like was getting attached to them, but like, and I think Cody said this, felt rushed, like because it's like they're kind of there, but then they're kind of not. And it's like, and they're advertised also in the trailers as being like, oh, here's some other rivals and stuff. And it's like, oh, because literally an entire team is based off of Marnie.
Marnie, yeah.
It felt like they just needed a team. And so they kind of shoehorn one in there.
Yeah, because isn't the team like supposed to be based off like ruffians, like soccer fans and stuff?
But they're like just fans of a singular trainer.
Marnie.
And they're not actually like
evil. They're just
sinister.
They're just like, yo, we're so hyped up, we win a battle.
Hey, and there's literally one where it's like, hey, don't mess with this Pokemon.
That would, and see, again, that would be kind of cool if we got more flesh out and more complexity. Sure. I mean, the main city from that character's from, I think, is the 6th or 7th gen.
Yeah.
And her brother's awesome. I actually love him.
Yeah,
I don't remember his name.
And the thing is, though, is that little city is just like, it's literally just a pathway that you walk down to fight the gym, and you can't even go in any buildings.
Yeah, it's literally like this. You get into it.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
It's
It's very disappointing.
Pokemon is the most disappointing thing I have experienced this year,
And that's really
why it's
sad.
on our top of the
Even
year.
though it's probably
And that's why it's our game of the year.
it's one of my most played games this year.
I-
One of my most played Pokemon
I mean, it's satisfying
games.
because you can get every Pokemon in the game within a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
It only took me 70 hours.
Reasonable.
Only.
Compared to other Pokemon games?
Yeah,
That is-
yeah.
that is very
It
true.
would have took me. I haven't even attempted because I don't like the idea of catching 600 plus Pokemon in past games.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've never even attempted it besides like Leaf Green.
The Pokemon in the overworld, fantastic choice. Brought over from the Eevee and Pikachu.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But,
Performance is bad. I'll say that.
man, okay. So this game's getting cut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we
got-
could talk about this forever.
Yeah.
'cause
No, we
Pokemon's what we're passionate.
We had to
about.
talk about it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, it definitely needed to be brought up. I didn't realize some of those problems that y'all were talking about was in there, but yikes.
Yeah.
It's still a good game.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like, and like even the gym leaders were like interesting. I just wish like it felt rushed.
Yeah.
It definitely
Yeah.
felt rushed.
It
Like,
can still be a
It felt
good game.
rushed and uninspired.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
granted, I haven't played it, but just from what y'all are saying and from what what I've seen so far,
It's
like,
literally like someone came up with an idea like, okay, England, here's some ideas for Pokemon, and here's what this is a general idea of what I want to do, and then an exec went, okay, I'll expect it in a day.
Oh, and by the way, you have
or
to
they
cut
just it
half
felt
of
like
them.
it felt like they gave them this checklist, and it's like, oh, by the way, we're cutting your resources in half.
Yeah. And
Have you
your
ever heard
Pokemon
of the
in there.
town?
Ugh, don't even get me started on Little Town Hero.
That's kind of the thing is that like
Point at the end of the year.
at what sacrifice was it made? A middling game that was like whatever.
We'll say that game has some good ass music, as well as Pokemon has some good ass
Yeah.
music.
Pokemon is good. I mean,
That's one of the best parts of Pokemon is music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the thing with Pokemon, it can still be a good game, but it definitely has a lot of faults. It's going to be interesting to see what they bounce back with on
Pearl 2.
for like
Diamond Pearl 2.
you know, like Gen 9 will end up on the Switch, and like the Gen 4 remakes and whatever else they go into the direction of, and like maybe they end up making a fledged out version of Sword and Shield. Like maybe we get a third version in 2 or 3 years.
Ultra Sword,
Yeah,
Ultra
or
Shield.
something.
I mean,
and they
because,
fix it.
because it's like the whole reason for that cut was like they were having performance and graphical
Performance,
issues,
yeah.
and it's like it didn't like it's still even when it came out it still didn't cut it. And it's like well there has to be there has to be something else.
So hopefully they'll be able to bounce back next year, because I mean Pokemon does hold a very special part in all of our hearts.
yeah.
One thing that I hope that they do is instead of just releasing Ultra Mega Sword and Shield, just make a DLC pack. I want Nintendo to be comfortable with DLC
Oh,
packs.
exactly. And it's so crazy too. Like us being like, man, well, wish we could, do this kind of stuff, but because I think people would pay. Like if you told the general audience right now, hey, for $15 you can catch the rest of the Pokemon in this game. Oh my god! Like
I would probably
It would
jump
print
on it
money.
instantly. I'd be a little sad that it happened so quickly.
oh yeah, for sure.
That would be a huge outrage, but I'd still get it probably. Pat's laptop
Yeah.
just died.
Yeah, Pat's laptop kind of died.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I think it's having an update.
Yeah.
And, but so Sword and Shield's
Sword
gone.
and Shield's
We've
gone.
said our piece.
Control Sword and Shield. I'll say it. Even though I absolutely loved it, it's one of my personal favorite games of this year. Days Gone. It's probably one of the most underrated games ever because it's just so fucking fun. I really enjoy it. It is the first experience of its kind, I would say, with the way the zombies act. They are violent, they are quick, like Left 4 Dead zombies, but they communicate in hordes, and those hordes are absolutely terrifying. It's probably the most terrifying zombie game you could play right now.
And I do think it got a lot of shit on because that was kind of like Sony's big title for the whole like first half of the year, really till Death Stranding.
Yeah.
So the first 10 months of the year.
but once it came out, its scores were
It was
pretty
good.
middling.
well.
Was it was like in the
It was
70s
70
and stuff?
to 8.
I'll
7
go-
to 8.
Well, I thought it was 80 to 9.
No. I mean, and granted, that's not to say like scoring a 70, just say an average of a 7.5 is good. I think we as consumers have really grown to to be like, oh, if it's not 8 or above, I'm not playing it. But 7.5 is still a very a very good score for a game.
Oh yeah.
It just hurt because so many people shafted it without even like giving it a second thought.
Yeah.
They
Well, I think a lot of that too has to do with this game probably came about 5 years too late.
Burnout of just like zombie.
In the sense of
topic.
like, especially like in the early part of the decade in particular, with the popularity of the Walking Dead TV show, there was so many zombie things, especially video games.
Yeah, that I remember when this was first shown because Sony ended one of their E3 press conferences with this game, like 2015 or 16.
I think I remember seeing it, and everyone kind of just rolled their eyes.
Like I remember going like, "Oh,
yeah,
zombies again?"
Just completely dismissed it. But from what I hear and what Colt said, I do want to play it.
Yeah. No, I mean I picked it up at Black Friday. I fully intend on playing it in 6 or 7 years.
Absolutely. I know everybody's like, oh, another white guy. Deacon's really cool. I really love Deacon. He's
Nobody
the main,
said that.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
It's a consensus internet. He's really fun. He's a nice person, struggling trying to find his wife post-apocalypse. It's really fun. And I know it sounds generic, but
No, I mean,
still good.
Yeah, I trust Colt's opinions when it comes to games, and Colt genuinely seems to really like it.
And plus, I will say, Colt, in your corner, I know friend of the show, Cannon, that's one of his favorite games for the year, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he really enjoyed it. He was very much looking forward to it.
That's cool. It looks like you should have invited Cannon to be on here, Colt.
No,
Maybe you
I didn't
could've gotten
know.
to the
I didn't know.
I'm going to go ahead and cut a game that I think I'm the only one that played it. I'm going to cut Ape out.
Today is we are recording this on December 22nd. Mm-hmm. Comes out for free tomorrow, doesn't it? On
The 23rd.
Yeah.
So
23rd.
for all
just
you,
for the 23rd.
yeah.
So if you're
listening to this the day it came out, you're a week too late.
Yeah. You got to be magic.
But I will say, all of you here that haven't played it and just download it just to have, because I don't know if it would crack my top 3. It definitely cracks my top 10. It's so much fun. You can beat the whole thing in 2 hours.
Well, I guess for context, what kind of game is it? How's it play? What's sort of the premise?
So, Ape Out is you're a gorilla and you're escaping your poachers, is scientists / poachers. And each level is like a building, and then it's weird because the the game is based around the music. So like each level is also called like tracks.
Oh.
And like each building has like its own sort of thing. Like some of them are like it's like very synthy, and some of them is like very jazzy, and some of them is just all drums. And it's really, they actually did this really cool thing a couple weeks back by this point, where they actually did Ape Out live, where somebody was playing the game and they were playing the music for the game live for it. And like the thing is, the sound design also depends on what you do in the level. So like if you throw a door at somebody, like it adds like an extra snare or whatever. It's really neat.
That's
how
cool.
It works. And it's top down too, and I'm usually not a huge fan of top down games, but I absolutely love this. Highly recommend. I think you can get it if you want to play it on Switch or something. I think you can get it for like $9 or $10.
It's on
at
sale
this time of year.
a lot.
It's on sale all the time. But I highly recommend it. It's just a very neat game that I think everybody should give a shot to.
I definitely want to check it out.
Yeah, I do. Wenzel, I think you especially, Jonathan. I think you would really like it too because of the music.
I loved Hotline Miami. That's top down.
It's top down like Hotline Miami. I feel like this is
Easier?
It's definitely easier because I couldn't beat Hotline Miami. I beat this game twice.
Nice.
It's really good, and like I said, it's a very short play, like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But like if you want to do everything in the game, you could do it in 5 hours probably. Like it's a very short ride. I don't really know where to go to next on here.
I say Borderlands 3.
I was gonna say Borderlands 3 as well.
I was going to say Metro.
Oh.
Because I actually really think Borderlands 3 is really good.
I mean, it's not that I don't think it's bad. It's just that, like, only 2 people here have played it.
Well, how about y'all talk about Borderlands?
Borderlands...
Oh, it seems like the next 2 to get cut is going to be Borderlands and Metro anyways.
Yeah.
So y'all can just...
I mean, that just means Metro's higher.
I like Borderlands more than Metro.
That's
All
not
right.
my problem.
I mean, the game's
I'm just kidding.
I mean, the games getting cut aren't really ranked, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just all like kind of honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Borderlands 3 is the third in the series, fourth in the
Fourth
series.
game, but the third sequel.
Isn't it technically fifth because of the
Tales
Telltale
from the
Borderlands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's set in the Borderlands universe. I don't want to explain all that story. That's 5 games of story. Really fun. It is the typical Borderlands experience, but it looks 10 times better. It plays 10 times better. Every single quality of life feature you wanted in Borderlands 2 or pre-sequel is here. In my opinion, it has the best co-op
Yeah,
out
for sure.
of any co-op game. For me, it's my favorite co-op game.
It seems like it's definitely one of the better co-op oriented games to come out this year, if not the best.
I think I did play the co-op for Borderlands 3 with a friend of ours, and can confirm it's really fucking fun.
Yeah.
Not only is the co-op fun, the story and the jokes are really good. Everybody always shits on it, saying it's just meme humor. They're just spouting memes over again. Yeah, they do for some of them, but I enjoy it. As I've gotten older, I've realized that let people have their fucking fun. If they think the dog meme's funny, let them laugh at those funny dogs.
I will say the humor is like genuinely like good. Like it's not just memes. It was fun. Guns were amazing. Like Colt said, it looked better. Like I was like, because the art style hasn't changed, of course, but like if you literally compare it to Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel,
Oh, it's night and day.
yeah, it's like it's completely different, and it looks fantastic. Very, very pretty. Actually, like a very good story too. Like not bad at all. Very good continuation.
Would you say it's the best from an overall Borderlands package? Would you say it's the best Borderlands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I want.
That's coming from someone that absolutely loves Borderlands. It's one of my favorite shooters.
Well, I know we hold Borderlands 2 in very high regard. So.
I remember playing my entire summer when my first year of middle school was just or after was just nothing but Borderlands.
Yeah.
The first one.
Jesus, the first Borderlands that old?
First Borderlands was
2008?
No, I was thinking 2010.
No,
No,
it's
was
not.
it
It's
not?
not 2008. It's like 2008, 2009.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it was 09, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it.
And that was like 2011 when I played it.
2012 is when the 2 came out.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. I guess it would have been.
So
2009.
fuck, is this the first one on this generation of consoles?
Yeah, this is the first proper Borderlands on
Wow.
this.
But they did re-release,
2 and
Yeah, I know they
pre-sequel.
did like the little collection.
I think you
and
can.
it had a resurge of players.
Yeah.
Like it was like it just came out again.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, you could definitely. But you can play through the entire Borderlands experience on like a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One now. I think you can play everything on those consoles. But yeah, well that's good to hear because I know y'all played it, but like I didn't really
No
know
one really
y'all's
talked about it after
y'all's
it came out.
thoughts on it.
Same thing with Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know if it's on our list at all.
It's not on our list
No,
because
I haven't beaten it.
Oh, that was another one I played.
Did you play all of it?
Not all of it. I'm probably about halfway through it. It's good. Like the problem with Kingdom Hearts is if you care about the story,
That's where you're gonna.
that's where you're going to be sadly disappointed.
Yeah.
But like it is probably like the smoothest combat of the
Oh yeah,
series.
it's one of the best like RPG combat.
But the problem with that is it's fucking easy. Like a little too easy. You're probably going to have to bump the difficulty setting.
But
up.
don't bump it up too much because once you do that, it gets too hard. You will know that if you've played any past Kingdom Hearts. game.
Yeah, my ass played it on normal, the first one. I couldn't even get past
Ursula.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
From Mermaid.
100%ed proud mode, so fuck you.
I don't know how I beat Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 as a kid.
I don't know either.
I have no idea.
Two is pretty easy, but
2 is much easier than 1.
but
Yes.
1 is fucking difficult.
And it's
not
janky
good.
too.
It's
Oh yeah, the
controls.
camera fucking sucks, especially on the PS2 version where you had to control the camera with the shoulder buttons.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw some names.
Well,
out.
y'all say Metro because
Oh, Metro Exodus is the another best in the series game for me as well, because it is the same Metro experience you love, but it's not really in the metro. It's up top on the surface, and you're on a giant train expedition.
It's almost like an Exodus.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Almost like that.
What do you Wait, Metro Exodus? You're exodusing the Metro?
Yes. But it's really fun. It's an open world, sort of linear. If you wanted to, you could go through the game really quickly. But as I love to explore in these open world areas, so I went to absolutely every place I could go, or I missed some stuff for sure. But it was super fun exploring. Terrifying game. The creatures in this game, they did reuse one enemy a whole lot, but that doesn't really bother me. But the creatures in this game, absolutely horrifying. The spiders are annoying, and I fucking hate spiders. The vehicles are very fun. The managing your resources and making sure you have ammo, filters for your mask, making sure your mask isn't broken, hiding from these flying demons as well. All of it's really fun. If you like Metro, dump into it. Just dump into it, man.
Yeah, I should say earlier this year, before Metro came out, leading up to the release, we took a few days to play the first 2 Metro games. So I think if you played the games, or maybe you want to like kind of catch up on the series and just go right into Metro Exodus, watch our playthroughs. I think they're on our YouTube.
They are on the YouTube and playlist. Just search All You Can Hear on YouTube, and you will find both Metro playthroughs.
Yeah,
We've done all the hard work for you. You just gotta click it.
Yeah, exactly. It was really fun, and this game was also really, really cool. There's a huge twist in it that completely surprised me because I've never read the books or anything. So as soon as the game starts and it kind of goes into it, it's like fuck. So it's really something. I think it's definitely very compelling.
I think I know what needs to be cut next, and because I'm the only one that played it. Baba Is You. I will say Baba Is You. It might be it's top 3 game of the year. It is phenomenal. So there's no story with Baba Is You. The whole the cake is the gameplay, where it's a puzzle solving game, but to solve the puzzles you have to like change the rules, and you change the rules by moving the pieces of the words. So like, you know, it could say like Baba is you and like rock is win. Well, theoretically you could switch, you know, rock and Baba, and then Baba is win, and then you just win because you're Baba, and then rock is you. Or you could change win as you, or whatever. And like you just change all these things, and that game kicks my ass. I mean, there's been levels where I stare at it for a half hour and not make a single move, and I'm just like, not today. It's not happening. That game is an absolute joy. And they're actually adding a level creator next year, which is just going to give that game a lot more legs, like, for years to come. But like as far as sound design goes, I mean, it's very basic. There's like 3 sounds in the whole fucking game. But
Baba Is You.
Yeah. But like, and some of the levels later on get very complicated. Like it's like lava is hot, water is wet, rock is wind, flag is death, you are Baba, and stuff like that. And it just goes on and on and on. And it's really, I highly recommend everybody here play it. I think you can buy it. I think it's like $15 probably. It rarely goes on sale. But it's an absolute joy. Man, that game is a really, really the most creative game on this list.
That's cool.
It's very good.
I'm going to say this one, and I will give my reasons for it. Tetris 99.
Oh, you motherfucker! Okay.
I love Tetris. Tetris is one of my favorite, like, relax and chill games. That's why I love. What are you doing?
I have Tetris up on my phone.
Oh,
but it wasn't Tetris.
Tetris. What is it? The new Tetris Effect is one of my favorite Tetris games of all time. This one is not for me. I do not like the battle royale aspect of it, because every time I try to play it, I instantly get ganged up on, and I don't like it. It's not calming. It's not fun for me. It just, a whole lot of it is just trying to stay alive and not have another person dump 4 rows of bricks on top of you.
Yeah.
Sounds like Fortnite.
I played it for about 30 minutes one day and hated every moment of it.
I want to say my piece on Tetris 99. I honestly am surprised nobody mentioned it getting cut earlier. I was going to see if I could sneak it into the top 3. So for me, Tetris 99 is a very relaxing, calming experience. It's the most time I've put in a game since probably New Leaf. Or Overwatch maybe. But probably since New Leaf. I have almost 100 hours in Tetris 99. I find it to be very calming, very relaxing, even when I don't win, because it's like my brain is so preoccupied with just like, okay, let's clear lines, and like eventually, and then I'll lose out and I'm like, oh shit, I got 5th place or something like that. So like I'm so preoccupied with it, and Colton Winslow have watched me play this game for hours.
I was going to say we mentioned Colton Winslow playing Metro. Tanner has a few just sort of hangout sessions where he plays Tetris 99, and that's also on our YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I find it to be super. I mean, it's a game where if I want to sit and zone out, I can, or if I just want to focus on one thing, I can also do that. It's very weird. And like I should say, prior to Tetris 99, I have never touched Tetris. Like I know what Tetris is, but I never touched Tetris prior to this year. And Tetris 99 just blew me out of the water. Probably my game of the year, if I had to tell the truth. But it's very good. It's free. If you have a Nintendo Switch Online subscription, there's no reason for you not to own this because it's literally free. And then there's $10 worth of DLC for it, which adds a whole bunch of stuff to it. It adds a man versus machine mode. It adds an Invictus mode, which is a lobby where only Tetris Maximus winners can play in. So only if you've got a Victory Royale, you can play in that lobby. And they added a whole bunch of really cool stuff to it for very cheap amount. I would pay $30. But it's a very good game. I think everybody needs to play it. Even if you don't like Tetris. I did not ever have any inkling of feeling towards Tetris. And Tetris 99 just blew me away.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So what we have left is Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Untitled Goose Game, and Death Stranding.
I'm going to go ahead and throw Sekiro by the wayside, personally.
Really? I thought I was going to have to convince you.
I would say Fire Emblem, just because I haven't played it. I don't care.
Oh man, Fire Emblem's.
I think Fire Emblem's really fun and way more accessible than Sekiro is.
This Fire Emblem game is the most accessible a Fire Emblem game has ever been. If you thought Awakening was really hard, I know some people had problems with Awakening, despite it being probably one of the best games on 3DS. Like even for me, I thought it was hard, but Fire Emblem 3 Houses and like the character development is good, and we'll get into it a little bit more later. But y'all say your piece on Sekiro. It sounds like that's going to get cut.
Well, what do you think, Pat?
I only played one game this year, and it was cut a long time ago.
Well,
but I will say, I know just from my side of the internet, I know Fire Emblem has been one of the most consistently talked about games throughout the year because a lot of people love sort of the story, the bountiful characters. Like every single Fire Emblem game is just like pouring over with characters, and they just love the interactions. I know that's it. For what I've seen, it's been a very beloved game of this year, and Sekiro obviously it got its sort of time in the light, but I haven't heard as much about it since it's come out. But I guess because like it's demonstrably one of the most difficult games to sort of engage with and play, and that's not bad. It's just, I guess, for like sort of appeal and sort of I guess ease of play, it's definitely not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I would say the exact opposite for my Twitter. I barely hear anything about Fire Emblem. I see nothing, like almost all the artists I follow, nothing but Sekiro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I remember on the night Sekiro won Game Awards, I just see nothing but tweets of like people like cheering of like for Sekiro
Don't
winning.
get me wrong, I've played a very limited part of Sekiro. Granted, it's a great game.
It's fun. It
kicks
controls
my ass.
amazing.
It controls great. I will never play it again.
If you want to see that time, you can go to our YouTube as well for Tanner's 6-hour stream of Sekiro.
Yeah.
I stepped out of the conversation because like none of these games are games that I played. I focus most of my gaming on older games.
Yeah.
I'm an RPG player. I'm a sim player. There's a lot of games that came out this year that I wanted to play, but I also don't necessarily believe in playing a game right off the time it gets out. It gets put out. But if I had to choose between the two, Sekiro, again, it's about that accessibility. That's the main factor. I would never. I mean, I love the aesthetic of Sekiro. I think it looks beautiful. I think
it's a gorgeous game.
I think the fast pace, the swinging back and forth. But the Souls games in general, for anything from FromSoft, is that what it is?
Yeah.
It does not appeal to me. Getting pissed off at a game because you're losing constantly just makes me upset. But I'm also. Well, go ahead.
I will say, like, I've only played Bloodborne, and as far as like the dying, like it can be frustrating, but
You only learn from that.
yeah, it's one of those weird things where you dying over and over isn't as infuriating as you would think.
I mean,
it would
maybe,
be.
but
that could also be, you know, by
But
But there's
it's
a
one.
huge difference from Sekiro and other FromSoft games.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me. It is so much more frustrating because in other FromSoft games, you could just get more experience and level up your attack, your health, or stamina, load, whatever. You can upgrade that stuff. Sekiro, you have a base stat of health that you can upgrade by getting boss beads.
You get beads.
You get beads, and you get your strength upgraded by getting spirits.
Yeah, I will say Sekiro is different because the character is not like you have no control over the character other than like style of combat, and that's kind of it.
There's no customization at all.
No,
I mean that's.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
So it's like them trying to attempt to make a more linear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
I mean, sure. I haven't played either of these games. But the thing is, though, is I don't want to play Sekiro, and I do want to play Three Houses because I'm a huge strategy fan. So I'm a huge strategy fan, and I also love Fire Emblem. I played Fire Emblem Awakening and didn't beat it, and it was one of the most fun games I had time playing I ever had on my 3DS. So my ball's in the court of
Sekiro getting cut.
Sekiro being cut.
Same here.
I mean, that's fine.
I want to
you know?
talk some more about Sekiro. This
Well,
game.
we didn't stop.
Oh, sorry.
We're done now.
Sekiro is a frustrating game. It's probably the maddest I've ever been at a game due to the bosses that I'm at. When I stopped playing, I haven't beaten it, but I'm very, very close to the end. It's the giant dragon boss where these lizards like slug dragon people are. Fuck that. This game is
Man.
hard. I probably farmed 20 hours me killing those guys so I can get enough experience bars. I need to get 5 bars of experience, which can take anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes to get 1 bar. And I've done it probably 5 times, getting 5 bars. 5 times 5, 25, 40 minutes times 25. I spent a lot of time getting this shit in that one area to get enough levels to actually do some damage. I can't.
No, like there was never a case for like Sekiro ever being like the most easiest accessible game ever.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's not.
I know. I'm just
It's
saying
not.
compared to Dark Souls, it's way more accessible actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
you can actually level up, get stronger, and proceed in the game.
And I don't want to say like that's. I mean, it's a knock to us, but like that's what these games are kind of supposed to be. There's these punishing, challenging games.
Yeah.
That's just not, in at least some of our cases, not our cup of tea. But like, we're definitely not saying like, well, Sekiro is a bad game because it's hard.
I want to go back and beat it because it's definitely my game because I've played all the Dark Souls, I've played Demon Souls, I've played Bloodborne, and I love them, and I love this game too, and it's definitely a game that like if you have the patience or if you're into From Software games, I think you should check it out.
To give you an idea of how I personally feel about those types of games, I went recently tried to go back and I bought Fallout 4 and all its DLC for a pretty good price on Steam, and went back to try and play it, and I'm farther than I've ever been in Fallout 4, and I just had to stop. It's too spooky for me. So
Okay.
I don't know why that was mentioned. but-
because it's too spooky because I'm always afraid I'm gonna die. It's just too annoying because it just feels like I'm dying all the time. It's not the type of game that I enjoy.
Dying in
Oh.
Fallout is way different.
Yeah,
from
this is-
Dark because dying in Fallout is like fuck. I lost all that progress. Dark Souls, you're like I'll continue.
I don't know. It's just I'm just saying like.
but also the way you save in Fallout is much better.
I'm
and
just saying how I play is different and not in line
baby.
with
yeah,
the game.
yeah. If Cody
Everybody
can't, if Cody's not like comfortable with Fallout 4, it's definitely not Cody's cup of tea.
yeah. I mean, nobody was.
I think that's what he was saying.
Oh yeah. But anyway, like, and also with that accessibility, these games were like meant specifically like if you die or lose, you will be punished.
Yeah.
and that definitely can be frustrating.
You
Is-
like
and-
being spanked? Play it.
And Sekiro takes that and like turns it up because if you die too much, instead of you really being affected, everybody in the world is affected. All the NPCs get sick, and it's like that's a problem because you rely on those NPCs to get like items and like story and stuff, and it's like, ugh, that's kind of annoying. But
And in the end, if all your people are sick, it will affect your ending that you get.
Yeah.
You can heal them, but that takes more time out of your quest to victory.
yeah, that takes more time out of your playthrough to do. And but I mean, it's a great game. If you have that kind of level, that skill level, the play style, that patience, check it out.
A lot of patience.
Yeah, a lot. I will say too with the dragon people, that's always like that's just something that they do is in the Dark Souls games. Like there's always a last level with just a bunch of dragon people, and they're always really fucking strong, and it's so fucking annoying. Dark Souls 3 with the goddamn snake people.
Yeah.
I will say though, there is a place that's really sad in Sekiro. As I haven't get any further, but there's one place where it's just a bunch of little statues with red
Bibs. They're like
is it bibs or is it like little
Scarves. Is it the Jesus statues?
yeah, it's Jizo. Yeah,
Jizo, and there's like tons and tons of them because you're near a monastery with monks and stuff. There's just so many of these statues. Those statues represent children who have died,
and there's thousands of them in that one monastery.
and it's really sad.
Oh my god.
Then again, you also got to remember it's a FromSoft game. Every single one of them is depressing.
Yeah, and also all the monks are corrupted too. So yeah,
Fast as hell, ready to stomp your head in.
yeah, they're annoying.
So
Sekiro,
cut.
bye bye.
Bye.
So our top 3 in no order yet will be Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Untitled Goose Game, and Death Stranding.
Personally, I'm gonna go ahead and say what my next one would be.
What your number 3 would be?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd say Untitled Goose Game. I played probably an hour the other day of Untitled Goose Game. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. But I hate being a dick to people because I felt really bad after I chased a little boy down. I untied his shoes, honk honk, stole his glasses, threw him in some corner of the map. I went back to him, stole his airplane, put it on a bench, and I made him buy the airplane back.
Hell yeah.
I hated that. It was so bad.
Hell yeah.
Fuck.
I've beat Untitled Goose Game. I think I remember when it first got shown off some E3 or PAX or Gamescom or something like 2 or 3 years ago. I was like, that game looks cutesy, interesting. I did not expect this game to make me just think about my life. And with Untitled Goose Game, it's the most basic way to describe it is if you've ever played Hitman, it's Hitman, but you're a goose. Like
chaos.
You like your whole objective of the entire game is just to mess.
an asshole.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
Chaos reigns.
To this town. And like the first level, they introduce you to the mechanics. Great. I mean, it's super easy. You can drag stuff. You can honk. That's it. You can flap your wings at people to scare them.
Yeah.
And it's real good. Like, Colt was talking about that boy. Like, I locked that kid in a telephone booth.
I wanted to get to the point where it's like you pull out a gun.
Well,
You mess with the honk, you get the bonk.
yeah. It's a super charming game. Like, I want House to create a new Untitled game every year.
Oh yeah,
because-
with a different animal.
with a different animal. Give me Untitled Bear game. I'm not kidding.
Untitled Beaker game.
Oh my
like
god,
science
please.
speakers.
No, the Beaker from the Game Awards.
The Muppet.
Oh okay.
it's definitely not as fledged out as these next two games, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe.
I beat it in 2 hours. So
I guess I got pretty far then.
yeah, no, you can beat it in about 90 minutes if you're
Okay.
if you're real good. But yeah, it took me about 2 hours, and it's just such a fun time. Like just messing with these townspeople. It's super cutesy. It definitely spun off of much larger meme thing than I anticipated.
Yeah.
Like I was really excited for the game, but like it's kind of spiraled, and like now Goose is like our leftist Marxist icon now, so that's fine. But yeah, I'm totally fine with Untitled Goose Game being number 3 here.
Yeah, it's an amazing game. It's really fun. It controls weirdly really, really well.
It is tight controls. Like the slightest movement, your goose is moving. So and it's a ton of fun. It just came out on PlayStation 4. I think it's $20.
It's actually, well, it's probably not on sale anymore.
Yeah, it's probably not on sale anymore, but if you have Game Pass, it's on Game Pass now. It's on PC, it's on the Epic Game Store, and it's on Switch. I think playing it on Switch is the way to go, but I think that with every game. So, are you playing on PS4?
Yeah, I'm playing on PS4.
Okay. Yeah.
It controls well on PS4 as well.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with it going at number 3, but if you have a thing that can play this game, you need to buy this game.
It's definitely must play.
Yeah, it's a must-play game.
For
here we
this
go.
last one, I kind of think it's obvious what I think.
I know.
I think we need to revive Pokemon.
So
I'm not joking. Why are you laughing?
our last. Okay, so we kick out Death Stranding. And go with
No.
Pokemon. I think it's so.
I'll let you go on the Fire Emblem.
Let me talk about Fire Emblem. So
Plead your case.
let me plead my case with Fire Emblem, and let's see if I can sway.
You're guilty.
Sway the committee. So Fire Emblem, it's just like every other Fire Emblem game. It's tactical. It's an RPG. It's got RPG elements. It's an SRPG. It's fine. It's great. But where it really shines, it's not by any means the prettiest game on Switch. There are a few areas that
are just empty.
that are very empty around the academy, but where the story shines is
the characters.
the characters. So if you don't, just a very quick overview. It's called Three Houses because you can choose from 3 different factions. You can choose, oh my god, Golden Deer, Black Eagle, and Red Lion. It's those animals. No, it's not Golden Lion. It's definitely Golden
Miami
Deer.
Heat.
Yeah, the Miami Heat. Anyways, you pick through between those 3 factions. I know those are right. And each faction has like 10 characters. Like it has like the house leader and like 10. Imagine Harry Potter but Fire Emblem, and like as far as like the house being divvied up and stuff, because like the houses are rivals, but also not super heated. And I'm not going to get into super big spoilers here, but the game is split up into 2 parts, and there is a anime time skip.
And that time skip, it's pretty good.
The time skip is really good. It's a phenomenal game, and I personally, I think it also says a lot. The game actually has a lot of things to say about politics and religion in like ways I did not expect it to. Like it kind of was like, whoa, this game is making, way more, socially conscious than I figured it would be. But every single character in that game is well written. The side characters, the characters you can have in your party, the students. I mean, there's animals in the game that just have a bunch of life to them. And some of the battles, especially towards the end of part 1, can get sort of samey before you get to that final chapter of part 1, wouldn't you say, Colt? Do feel kind of samey, but like the grinding to me in that game never felt like grinding.
Oh no, it just felt. I enjoyed actually doing side missions.
Yeah, I did too. I try to do a side mission a week in the game.
Yeah.
So it's something that needs to be played. It is a very big undertaking. I would say it takes about 40 hours to play through one of the stories. And
I am 34 hours in, and I'm just barely past the time skip.
Yeah, that's about where I was. It's a phenomenal game. I think everybody needs to give it. $60 is
It's not gonna go down. It's Nintendo.
It will never go down, but like you may get lucky and find it for $49
Yeah.
if you live at a Walmart in the States. But it is something that everybody needs to play because I mean, Pat, I think you would have a fucking field day with this game because there's just like imagine like one character very well written, but instead of one character, it's like
every single student.
It's like every student, like legit, like 40 characters, all with these like pretty complicated backstories,
and they all have fleshed out stories.
Yeah, they're all fleshed out. They all don't. None of them look generic. Like none of them look too samey. It's very nice. Claude, best new character of the year. Love Claude. He's the golden deer leader. But just phenomenal.
I fucking love
game.
Claude.
Claude is awesome.
Like
what
I went the Eagles, Black Eagles, and
Blue Eagles.
Fortnite. I just hated her. After a certain point, I was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. But yeah, Claude is great. It's Blue Lion and Red Eagle and Golden Deer. That's it.
I knew the colors were red, blue, and yellow. I knew that much.
Yeah, and I was like, what? I was like, black doesn't sound like right. But yeah, so
sounds awesome.
I mean, it's great. Like, I really think everybody here would
not
have
the game, Black Eagle.
Oh, yeah. I think everybody here would have a great time with the game. But that's my piece. I don't want to get too much into post-time skip stuff because there is. But, like, even if you can play it just up to the time skip, it's already a hell of a game. And then, like, everything post-time skip is just icing on the cake, in my opinion.
Also, the actual strategy parts of the game, really fun. It's probably one of my favorite strategy games. If you want, you could skip the story if you don't like anime. But if you do, like, what the fuck are you doing?
I will say some of the story, very anime.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder why.
Speaking of that, though, some of the animated cutscenes are gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
They're fully animated cutscenes.
I wish that I knew that my TV was in a lower resolution because I experienced all of this game in 720p.
But yeah, that's my piece on it. Colt, let's talk about Death Stranding.
Are you getting into spoilers?
Yeah, I will.
All right.
Cody.
I'll just pause it for a second.
Everybody left the room.
So-
It's just me and Tanner
Everybody's
and a
gone.
can of beans.
Yeah.
Cody.
It was really mean to call Cody that, but so Colt, talk to me about. We will be getting into spoilers.
Oh, yeah,
here.
this is heavy spoiler territory.
So Colt, tell me about Death Stranding.
Death Stranding is a game that takes place. I'll just do story right now. It takes place in a universe where it's after a huge cataclysmic event that ended the whole world, and these giant creatures. They're creatures that roam the earth after this event, called BTs. BTs. Wow, I forgot all the acronyms for these. Like the actual what these acronyms mean. BTs are the giant alien things that exist in this world. They are actually the souls of people that died during this cataclysmic event. And that when someone dies in this universe, they have a certain time frame to where a person needs to move that body to a furnace. Because if they do not, the body will explode at an atomic bomb level, creating a huge crater where that body was. So it's important to burn those bodies as soon as possible, get a porter, ship it somewhere else. The story it takes place. Well, I just said that. You play as Sam Porter Bridges, and he has a very. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of ways to explain this. Fuck.
Like a messed up background.
He has
per
a
se?
somewhat messed up background where he doesn't really remember it all.
Yeah.
Because the person who watched after him, or Kojima just didn't tell us what happened, is that when he was younger, I'm assuming he was adopted by the President of the United States.
Yeah.
Can't remember her name. Bridget. And the game starts out with her dying. Really sad death. She crawls over to you and says, "I'll meet you on the beach." Which, what we learn is that is a very common thing that will be said throughout the whole game by her other part of her, Amelie. And, man, I'm just realizing how bad I'm explaining this. There's two parts of a being called the Ka and the Ha, And Bridget was the Ka part of the being, and the Ha is a Millie. And your mission is to make it to the other part of the beach to reach the
Ha.
The Ha.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a Kojima game.
I mean, yeah.
So okay, I'm gonna talk you through this. So you're telling me that, so from my understanding so far, we're gonna be talking about Death Stranding for a good bit of minutes.
Sure, yeah.
So we're gonna play this. What time is it now? Oh, fuck. So you are a body. You die. So there was a cataclysmic event known as the Death Stranding, right?
Yes.
What was that event?
The event was everyone in the world, like, suddenly people's bodies started to go off as like little nukes all around. It just started happening. It all happened because of one person that was born. They're called the Extinction Entity, and the EEs is what they call them, the acronym for that. And the Extinction Entity in this game, huge spoiler, I'm just going to go jump into it, was Amelie. Because she was born at a specific time frame. There's been 5 extinction events in all of Earth's history. If you remember the announcement trailers for Death Stranding, there's like floating people. Mm-hmm. Each one of those person is an extinction entity.
Oh,
and
okay.
We don't know any of the past ones. We just know the current one was Amelie. And Amelie is in a position to where she's locked in this beach area, and you, as Sam Bridges, you have to go across the country to a place in California where you will meet with her. But when you get there, you don't realize that she was not really there. She's in a different plane on her own beach. This is another thing I didn't explain, is that everyone has their own beach. When you die, you have your own beach. But there are times where if there's a mass death event, that beach will be bundled up and they'll have mixed people there. You will not be alone on that beach. Like for World War I or World War II, there's like huge beaches where battles are taking place there for the rest of eternity. That's why, if you remember in the trailers, you'll see Mads Mikkelsen being a soldier guiding some people.
Yeah.
Those are in those battlefields where these mass extinction level events happen.
So, there's a lot there trying to understand. So, you're telling me that there is dimensions that are basically pocket dimensions that when you die, you specifically would go to these one particular dimension.
It's
for
basically
you.
heaven.
But the dimensions aren't for you technically, they're for that time period in which you die.
Yeah.
So if you would die at the same moment that another person dies, then in that moment you both would go to the same beach, which is why...
No, it's in a certain area. If you, like, in a grouped up area, if like a huge nuke goes off...
Oh, so you're saying that the beaches... are spaces that are tied to not time, but tied to region. So like this, like a pinpoint. So if we all died in my apartment right now, we would all end up on the same beach.
Yeah.
Okay. Question: if you died in Cody's apartment, and say I died 2 years later, would we end up on the same beach?
No.
Okay. That's what I was. Okay, that's what I was.
Because it is time and place.
It's time and place
Yeah.
specific. Okay.
Okay. All right. That is good shit.
It's really...
That is very good shit. Okay, let's keep going. So you're telling me there was this this person who was the what'd you call him?
Extinction Entity.
So the EE, they are a person who was born with a genetic or a spiritual or a dimensional.
I don't really know.
We don't know. Something about them is what set off a worldwide phenomena when, as soon as they're born, it's almost like a predetermined individual that once they're put out into the world, they set off this firestorm of some weird evolution that causes, once you die, you fucking go off like a nuke.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now, because those nukes went off and so many people died in these small spaces, beaches are full.
Beaches are filling up. There's a scene where a character named Die Hardman, which is the person who directed Drive, that's his character. He actually, when he died, he went to the beach with his family, and he could see his family going off into the waters of the ocean of that beach. And his whole mission from now on and for the rest of his days is to find that beach with his family.
But he's brought back to life.
Yeah, he has 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes, he will die.
So he's constantly dying in different areas at different times because...
Well, he's not different areas. He's just visiting the same beach that he was on with his family.
He's trying to find that beach.
Yes.
And it keeps circling and circling and circling and circling, and he's trying to find it by killing himself over and over and over again.
Well, he's not killing himself. It's just his heart that stops.
So it's just like... So
he just has a power where he dies every 20 minutes and he comes back to life?
Yeah, or he has to come back to life because of the little machine that he has with him.
Oh, okay.
That brings him back to life.
So he created the machine, and his heart's constantly trying to die.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm not dying until I'm there with my family again.
Yeah, he's got to do research. He's trying to figure out exactly how he can
get to the beaches.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's pretty good.
Damn, this is some good shit.
That's just one side character. There's another side character named Deadman, which is Guillermo del Toro's character. He's really good. I'm feeling like crying. He's so good. I love these characters so much. He is known as Deadman. All his life, he's a part... I'll tell you why he's called Deadman. He's made up the parts of different human beings. He's basically a Frankenstein.
Okay.
And that he's never been really alive, and that's why he's called Deadman. Is because he's a made person. And this whole story, he's slowly getting connected to Norman. And at the end, he's the reason that Norman comes to life at the end. There's a whole thing where Norman's on a beach that if he dies on the beach, he's dead permanently. Wow, I'm forgetting a lot of things. Norman is a repatriate that whenever he dies, he doesn't explode. He actually has the ability to come back to life.
He's one of the rare few people that can actually like die and come back.
Yeah, he was actually in an explosion event where he died with his wife and child when the event actually went down. And that he can come back to life. There's a whole thing in the game where you have to find his body and you respawn in a certain area.
So the Death Stranding.
That's what the extinction event is called.
So they call that because all these people were stranded in death on these beaches. Motherfucker. Okay. And so Sam Bridges, he is a deliveryman that...
Yes. They're porters is what they call them.
And they are the ones who deliver the bodies quickly?
His main thing is delivering packages to all these outposts and locations. He also delivers bodies to furnaces that are scattered across America. And since America is fucking blown to hell since this event, his main mission is to get across America to get to Amelie. But when he does so, he links all these outposts together using their chiral network so they can all be connected and work on actually building a new civilization.
And is that where kind of like the multiplayer stuff gets built in, where like people can build a bridge and that shows up in some people's games?
Yes.
And stuff, and like the like system and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy shit. Okay. So Sam, so what does the baby have to do with anything?
The baby is it's called I always want to call
you don't have to remember the names. Just what does it do?
It is a thing that can see into the second realm where he can actually see the BTs.
So it basically provides him with he has a connection with the baby, like this link to him that allows him to have the ability to see the baby because the baby has this power, or because it's a baby, it's able to do this.
It has a special power. It's a special baby that's a stillborn baby. The mother died when it was born, so it has a connection to the afterlife and the
holy shit, realm. That is good. This is good as fuck. I want this as a movie. This is like top tier shit.
Don't let Hideo... doesn't he want to make this a movie?
I don't know.
This could be seriously like a 3-season or at least a season TV show, like high quality, high budget TV show on HBO. Like this is some like existential stuff, and
there's so many details.
We don't have to give too much away.
I know.
This is the general principle because it's so ambiguous to the world. I think you've given a good bit of information about like why, but like why.
I want to go into what's important about the babies though. These babies they're stillborn. They're stuck in these little pods. They can't grow any bigger in these pods. But the thing about them is they die after a year or two. They just stop working because they can't grow they get tired, stressed out because that little arm on the back, it shows you where all the BTs are in the backpack. And at some point in the story, the baby will get tired and it will die. But the baby does not die in the story. That's something else we'll get to. Do we want to just jump into that?
Well, what I really want to do is I don't want to overcomplicate it because this is something that like even with what you told me, I am actually really wanting to play now.
And that and like I'm already trying to wrap my brain around that, and I don't really know if it helps. I mean, let's be honest, it's probably going to win. I mean, it's going to win.
Yeah,
so like we definitely don't need to like add in 40 more.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's hard to
tell me
talk
about
this game.
The actual gameplay.
The gameplay is delivering packages, going across America. The gameplay is really fun. It's very unique. There's nothing like it that I experienced. There is like fetch quest where you have to grab something and go back, deliver, whatnot. It is fetch quest, delivery, Amazon guy simulator, but it has a way that I can't really compare to anything because traversing the wildlife and the areas that you have to go to, dodging BTs, dodging mules that would steal your cargo, it's very fun. I can't compare it to anything.
It's a unique experience.
It
and
really is.
This is very. It seems like it's very story driven. It's a crazy story, and it sounds like there's a lot of like complexities about life and death in there as well. Like obviously the whole game hinges on death.
Yeah,
it all hinges on death, and it's not like death. And in this world, death is not a finality. And I think that's very interesting. That's got me wanting to watch it and play it. And I don't know.
There's some stuff that I really want to cover, though, here.
Okay.
That this is my favorite things about the game. The whole game, every time you link up to the BB pod, after going inside these rooms that you can rest in each outpost, you will see a little cutscene where the baby, it's visions of a baby, and you see through the BB's eyes, and you can see Mads talking to you, singing to you over, like, your body, the body of your mother in the corner. He's like, "Hey, BB, I love you, BB." That's pretty good Mads, all I gotta say. That's pretty much happens with every single time you come up from these rooms. What you don't realize is that these visions are not of the BBs. Connecting to the BB, from what I can tell, is unlocking part of Sam's brain and unlocking these memories.
Let's I kind of want to hold off and let's do a non-canon file on this game.
Okay.
I know you have a lot to say, but like this is something that like now that I'm listening to it,
this needs like Colt could probably sit here for 2 hours and not even cover 5% of what we need to know about the game.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to do is, I know you want to talk about more of it, and
you will definitely have the platform to do so.
We'll do a non-canon file on this, even if it's you explaining to us, because I want to sit down and play this game.
It's a long game though.
It's about
it took me 38 hours to beat it.
That's fine.
I've heard normal people say like 50, 60 hours. So.
Yeah, so
I played on easy though because I wanted the story.
To highlight. Yeah, no, I definitely want to play this. This to me is about to be number one. I know there's a lot you want to say, but I want to give you that platform in a more appropriate setting because this is.
I do want to talk about it more. I didn't really come prepared to talk about it because I didn't really know, and I thought there would be more people to ask questions. Because as soon as everybody started leaving, I was like, I'm not gonna have many.
You're put on the spot
to bounce off of because that's where I work best. So there's a lot of bad explanations there.
No, there's no bad
it definitely wasn't bad.
You got me interested in a game that I was like, wow, that sounds.
You got me more interested in it than I already was.
Yeah.
So should we bring them back in here? Go through the formalities?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna hit pause real quick and bring back everybody because we want to make sure that no spoilers are had.
Yeah. And we're back. So final game of the year standings. Number 3, Untitled Goose Game. Number 2, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. And number 1, Hideo Kojima presents Death Stranding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Death Stranding sounded really good. For those who weren't here, Jonathan We all need to watch this, play this game. I want to watch it. I want to watch.
You can't. There's like an 11-hour thing that gets the gist of it.
I might do that.
I hate that. There's an 11-hour thing that pretty much covers the basics.
That's a movie.
11 hours. So yeah, are we ready to roll on to movie of the year?
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
But whoa! Bits. Let's go. Bits.
Oh, I got one.
Go.
Action.
Oh, go. Oh, okay.
Pat looked terrified.
Go.
Go.
Okay.
I'm a jellicle cat.
You're friend of Mary Lobster.
You're just like your father.
Just like your father.
Cats are just sexy.
Can I read off the nominees?
Yes.
Maybe.
So remember, we're taking this list and narrowing it down to a consensus top 3. So here we go. Here are our nominees for movie of the year: Captain Marvel, Homecoming, which is the Beyonce concert.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Avengers Endgame, Booksmart, Toy Story 4, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Rocket Man, Midsummer, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Ad Astra, El Camino, Joker, The Lighthouse, Alita Battle Angel, Parasite, Jojo Rabbit, Ford vs. Ferrari, Us, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Knives Out, The Irishman, Promare, and Cats.
Fuck. That's a lot.
There's a lot.
That's
of
a lot.
good movies
Here's what's crazy. So the reason we're actually recording this a week later than we did last year is because we were like, man, what if Star Wars is really good? And Star Wars didn't even make the...
No!
We have said our piece on Star Wars. If you want to hear what we thought of The Rise of Skywalker, go listen to our Star Wars file episode.
The
9
opinions
Star Wars
have
file.
changed for me, so don't listen to it and listen to me.
Yeah, don't listen to Cody. Pretend what Jonathan says is what Cody is saying. Pretend what Cody says is what Jonathan is saying. That's pretty much what happened.
And pretend
Yes.
I still say what I say.
Yeah, and everybody else is still the same. I'm just going to go ahead and suggest the first cut. I think we should cut El Camino. I think it's a great movie, but it does not work if you don't see Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
It's a 2-hour long Breaking Bad episode. I think it should get.
I will have to say it is the true finale of Breaking Bad. It's really good. If you have seen the all of Breaking Bad, check this shit out.
Yeah, you got to check
Yeah.
out El Camino. It's great. Highly recommend if you liked Breaking Bad.
I still have yet to see that movie.
Let's me too. Let's go ahead and move on to
Captain Marvel.
Cutting Captain Marvel, I think, is okay as well.
Yeah.
Captain
Yeah.
Marvel was very good. I think it's fantastic to actually have someone like Captain Marvel with a lot of powers and also being a female lead. I think that's wonderful. However, when in comparing to Endgame, this is not going to make the top
No,
3.
no.
or even comparing to Spider-Man.
Yeah, it just was kind of cut and dry. Good introduction, but like overall, very much on the bottom end of movies of this year.
For sure.
Another one I think we should probably cut kind of just immediately is Us.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, so please don't.
We're not going to spoil. To me, it just after seeing Get Out and then coming to this, it was like, ooh, it was a little bit of a drop.
Which is kind of unfair. Which I mean, I did the same thing comparing it to Get Out. I think Get Out's
that is true. They're going for completely
going for completely different things. I think Get Out is just a transcendent of the genre. So trying to be like, all right, Jordan, you got to keep churning out these, movie of the decade contenders. Us is really good. I don't think the twist is as compelling as the twist was in Get Out.
I think the twist ruins a lot of the movie.
I do too. I really do too. So yeah, I'm completely fine with Us getting cut right now.
I want to say
Rocket Man.
Yeah.
Rocket Man.
I did not.
Don't get
see
me wrong,
it.
Rocket Man, it sounds like a good concept. I love the main character playing Elton John. Elton John's a fascinating guy. I just didn't see it. It didn't stand out to me as interesting. The trailer looked cool of him floating, but
I guess Tara and I are the only two that saw Rocket Man. It's a lot of fun. It's of course every Elton John song getting this their big mark moment. Of course, in terms of just sort of general, I guess biopics, it's not too much because a lot of the big stars they could have like like big rise to fame, battle with substance abuse, and then their revitalization. But it's also a musical at the same time. It's a bit different than that. But I guess in terms of just general stories, you see
a lot of music like musician biopics have a very similar structure.
Yeah. This though is more fantastical than those. It's very fantastical, and also I feel like it ends at a very weird point. So it ends after
No spoilers.
Elton John life spoiler. It ends right after he decides to get off drugs, and there's credits. Like there's no redemption arc. There's no like, I'm going to go play at the princess's funeral or whatever. None of that. Like it cuts off in like the mid '90s, which I think is bizarre.
No.
Like and like during the credits, it shows like Elton John now, has been clean for blah 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 and is married to whoever.
But meeting his husband and his philanthropic sort of endeavors.
Yeah, but none of that is in the actual movie, and that's all credits. And the movie is already not the longest, so I found it kind of weird that they just didn't touch on the last quarter century of his life.
It may just because they wanted to say at least within a reasonable realm of possibility to what Taron Egerton could visually play as a young man, they can't without going kind of crazy with the effects without making just a big blob. Just
that is true because
him playing a 60-year-old man as a 20-something.
Yeah, and he is playing by the end of the movie like Elton John is into his late 40s, early 50s, and that's already kind of a stretch for Taron Egerton, who I believe is close to our age. He's like an older 20s.
He
maybe.
Can't be older than 25 or something.
Yeah, I think he's very young. So yeah, I'm completely fine with Rocketman getting cut.
Does anyone really have anything substantial to say about Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
I think it was great. I think it was a really good story-based show for the year. It was probably one of the better children's spooky adaptations of the.
Yeah.
Don't go. Goosebumps is disappointing. Where Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark actually had some actually scary moments.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Goosebumps disappointing. There's some actually pretty spooky shit in Goosebumps, but
The movie?
I was talking.
Yeah,
about
I'm not talking about the books.
We were talking about the shitty movie with Jack Black.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the show.
No, I'm talking about Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark versus the Goosebumps movies,
Movie.
which has been a big comparison. Goosebumps fucking out the door.
And I know we're doing a lot of lightning round right now, but there are a few on here that I feel like we don't really have a lot to say about.
Homecoming.
Homecoming. It's good, sure.
Just let me say
maybe.
my piece on it.
Okay, say your piece.
I didn't even.
I
I wanted to say the monster designs in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark were great.
Oh yeah, they were fantastic.
Oh yeah, no, fantastic.
Guillermo del
Straight
Toro.
out of the book.
I'll probably win Oscar for costume design or something if I had that or Endgame probably.
Have you seen Cats?
Not costumes. Not costumes. They're cats. I just want to say with Homecoming, holy shit! I don't think I've ever had a experience like watching Homecoming. So I watched it on the recommendation of one of my friends who is I don't want to say a film critic, but writes a lot about movies. And I watched it, and it blew my mind. The cinematography, the flow of the whole concert as a cinematic experience. It has little pieces of biopic in there, talking about why Beyonce chose just HBCU schools to be the dancers and all the people in the actual concert. And the editing between, because it's if you don't know, it's Beyonce's concert at Coachella last year in 2018. But it's both weekends, because Coachella is a 2-weekend concert. It's both weekends performances, but it's edited. You wouldn't even know it was separate performances. Besides the first weekend, she's wearing the signature yellow, and the second weekend she's wearing pink. And first 30 minutes of the movie, I'm like, how the fuck are these shirts changing colors? Because I was like, man, this is a billionaire shit. I don't understand. But it wasn't. It was just two different shirts. It's absolutely, if you like Beyonce even a little bit, any of her songs at all, because it's true. I mean, there's a Destiny's Child reunion. Jay-Z gets up there at one point. Solange gets up there at one point. And, I mean, it's phenomenal. It's probably in my personal top 3. Definitely in my personal top 5. But I understand I'm on a lone island there. I'm completely fine with it getting cut.
Yeah, what would you bring to your desert island?
Homecoming, a film by Beyonce.
And at least the last one for me that I think we could just automatically cut would be Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of saw it on a whim. For a kids movie, it's decent, but I don't know. For me, when when you see like Pixar, you expect to like a higher level of quality, especially for family film. And it wasn't like there wasn't anything egregiously awful about it. It was just by the time I left the theater, I'd already forgotten about it.
See, my thing with Toy Story 4, I think it's the second best Toy Story. I think it's better than 3. I think the only one it kind of pales in comparison to is 2. But like the actual animation in the movie, I think is phenomenal. The story's kind of cut and dry, and you do get Sporky, which is the best new character, I guess.
Yeah, he's the best. Well, no, the Key and Peele stuffed animals.
Yeah, they're great. Keanu is great in the movie as Captain Canada or whatever. But yeah, like this movie, I nominated it. It probably wouldn't even make my top 5. So
it definitely doesn't even make my top 10.
Yeah, it may not make my top 10.
Where this movie shines, at least from a tech perspective, is in the tech that makes it.
Oh yeah,
as beautiful as it is and as detailed as it is, and I think that's what highlights it. But definitely not in our top 5 or top 3.
Yeah. Which honestly, looking at the list, I think we should have a top 5.
Yeah.
God,
I hate to say it, but Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Yeah.
I agree.
I didn't watch it.
I think me, Colton Winslow are the only ones that saw it, and
I love the movie.
It's great.
I hate that damn baby.
So
Not the baby in the movie. The baby in the movie was fine.
there was a kid in our showing of it. A 7:30 on the Tuesday showing of A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and this child was just crying and not even crying, just screaming. Like, it was
so
at the
fucking
most
annoying.
impactful moment.
Yeah, no,
But baby.
yeah, like he's not exaggerating. Literally during like the emotional peak of the movie, like very quiet in the theater, all of a sudden you hear "ha ha" like that, and it's just like, man, that took me out of the moment.
And the thing is like I referenced that bit in I Wish You Would Leave, or I Think You Should Leave, is with the guy on the airplane like wah, wah, like messing with those people.
It was like that.
Because like I'm tempted to find out that baby, and next time when it's like 20 years old and it's watching a movie, I'm going to go to that movie
And
and
scream.
I'm just gonna scream
Yeah.
because fuck.
Yeah, so, but great movie. Also, I don't think it really holds a candle to Won't You Be My Neighbor? Yeah, the Mr. Rogers
that's
documentary
phenomenal.
last year, which
Yeah.
is a masterpiece. Everybody needs to watch Won't You Be My Neighbor? But yeah.
All right, Cody, should we get into it?
Yeah, y'all get into it.
Okay, so last night we decided to go for a 10:25 showing of none other than Cats on the big screen, and
Based off the hit musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber.
it is a very interesting movie that I had very low expectations. We went there as a joke. We spent $12 on a joke, is what we thought we were doing. And we got in there, and the opening scene is this horrifying scene of a woman tossing a pillowcase with a human-sized cat in it into the garbage. And it was actually... like, from that moment, it was almost like a very emotional moment because all the other cats sort of coming out of the alleyway to kind of speak, and it was terrifying. And I was ready to laugh, but it was just started getting into song and dance, and it just was nonstop. I don't know. It was almost like a fever dream of just beautiful performances, and
especially from Jennifer Hudson. Her rendition of Memory is
beyond what you would imagine.
She'll win an Oscar.
There was a lot of commentary specifically about homelessness and and yeah, this was a very bad movie.
Yeah, we've been playing it.
We've been fucking with y'all all day. Okay, Colt called it. Colt called it. He was
definitely called it.
Yeah.
Because Colt was like, maybe he's doing a bit. Maybe he will go that far to put a fucking high rating on Letter. Because just for everybody's sake,
Even before
I'm giving my real rating, which is 1 star.
oh my god,
it is the worst movie of the.
oh my god,
Honestly, of the
Let me
decade.
tell
People need to know what happened. Let Tanner say it.
Let me explain what happened. So I got here first to record today, and I just asked Cody. I was like, "How did you and Jonathan like Cats?" He was like, "I actually really liked it," which I can buy from Cody. Sure. I was like, "I actually really liked it." And Cody was telling me things he liked about it. I'm like, "Yeah, I could see Cody actually liking that." And he's like, "But Jonathan loved it." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, Jonathan loved it." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I thought that was weird, and it just kept happening. And then I was like, "This has to be a bit." And I checked Letterboxd, and Jonathan had given the movie 4.5. Jonathan was one of 31 people on Letterboxd to give this movie 4.5 stars. I'm like, that's a real commitment to the bit. If he's doing a bit, I don't know if he's doing a bit anymore. And then they come in and start talking about like this commentary on
Dystopian.
And the thing is, though, all those elements were there. I just really fluffed it up.
Yeah, you did a good job.
What was the Jennifer Hudson singing?
No, it was
Memory-
bad.
No, it was fucking awful. Like, okay, I will say that like there are the cast is like really star-studded, and there's a group of actors who know what movie they're in, and they don't give a fuck. Especially Idris Elba and Ian McKellen. Especially Ian McKellen is not giving a flying fuck. He's transcended. And then there's actors like Jennifer Hudson, who is taking this 100% seriously. And she's like trying to give the song, which is already dramatic, bordering on that melodramatic as it is, and she breaks the knob.
She thinks she's in Les Mis.
I shit you not. She's like crying, snot, piss.
There was a booger going into her mouth at one point where snot was leaking into her mouth. I'm not even kidding. Let me tell you though, when we talked about sexy Rebel Wilson, we weren't kidding.
That was actually true. For like, for the next 15 minutes, I don't know what happened because I was cackling.
I turned to Jonathan halfway through the movie and I said, you know, if Rebel Wilson and James Corden is the best part of this fucking movie, we need to have a talk. Like, I love Rebel Wilson. I think she's funny. She's real. She brings highlights to a lot of movies. But holy shit, her on stage was the only interesting part. I don't get up during movies. I just don't. Not unless I'm about to shit or piss myself in that seat. I don't get up out of movies. It's just not what I do. Because if I miss a part, then I miss all the movie.
Yeah.
Halfway, or not even, probably about a quarter of the way.
15 minutes into this fucking movie.
He was like, you want a slushie?
Oh my God.
Okay, and to give you sort of like because I have a history with like the actual musical, because like I've said before, in my house, if it was not fucking Star Wars, Indiana Jones, or Jurassic Park, it was probably the 98 taping of the Broadway version of the fucking musical Cats. I actually went home last night and found the original, that version of the OST.
You went home at midnight?
Huh?
When did you go home? Oh, to your apartment. Oh, okay. I thought you meant back home.
No, to my fucking house. And
The house that he lives in.
yeah, it was just and I'm not going to defend the musical itself because it's batshit insane and even has less of a plot than this movie does. But the music was much more lively. The soundtrack for for the 2019 movie is more orchestral. And I'm like, that's kind of missing the point because it's like this weird psychedelic rock opera.
Yeah, it was fucking there were times where I think what they were going for was a cat walking across a synth. It was weird.
Yeah, and the synth is definitely in the original OST, but it fits in more because there's a lot more guitar and drums and stuff like that.
There's one scene that really fucking freaked me out was with the tap dancing redheaded cat.
Oh my God.
Imagine if Pat was furrier and just dancing.
Everything you've read about this movie is true, 100%.
Very true.
Because and honestly,
Rebel Wilson was finger blasting herself in this movie.
and the biggest thing that brings it down is honestly the CG cat people. It is
there's a lot that brings this damn thing down.
Well,
CG cat
if
people,
you
I
could
wanted a pet. That was true. I did tell.
Thank God.
Yeah.
A truth and a lie.
And of all the people you get to direct this movie, you get the guy who directed the fucking King's Speech to direct Cats, which is...
I mean, you directed Les Mis, so you get it.
Yeah, but Cats is on a whole nother level as far as just weird and what... to give you perspective, this shit came out in the 80s. Everyone was coked out of their mind.
Yeah.
And
Nobody's coked out now. They're just horny.
oh my god, it's and like I said, I'm not even going to defend the musical, even though when I went back and listened to like the old soundtrack, I was like, okay, yeah, I could see this. But like also too, it's based off of a bunch of T.S. Eliot poems. Who's there's a lot of like Let me just read you some of the character names for these cats, because any sort of,
I guess
like any sort of like
It was so
taking
bad.
seriously of this movie.
I gave up. Life.
James Corden plays Bustopher Jones.
Oh,
God,
fuck
you can
yeah.
Stop.
No,
I would like to read more.
I'm going.
Just a few more.
This is a
Let
big-
me see.
Give us the highlights.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find.
Give me Idris Elba.
McCavity.
What's Taylor?
Oh no
Swift?
no. Give me
Taylor, okay,
give me Jason Derulo.
No, he's the creme de la creme.
Okay.
Taylor Swift is Bombalurina.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What the fuck?
There's Mr. Mistopheles, but the creme de la creme, and it was Jason Derulo's character, because for some reason that's his that number from the original musical is the only thing I can remember about this, and his character name, I shit you not, is Rum Tum Tugger. Ooh. Also, I was looking, and also too, like, for as batshit crazy as this movie is, it's actually toned down. Because I was like, I was looking up that one I keep referencing. I'm like, oh my god, they turned down the horniness. Why did my parents let me watch this ad nauseum as a kid? Like, everyone has that thing that they probably watched when they were a little too young to. For me, one of those was the Cats.
So now we know exactly what Jonathan is the way he is.
Like, I'm surprised I'm not a furry at this point.
Me too.
I'm just, what a stupid bit. I mean, I admire the dedication.
It's a good bit.
You're welcome.
No,
You're welcome.
you
I
know what?
remember, like, when Rise Wenzel got me, I said, you know, it would be fucked up if they pushed Cats really hard for the movie of the year.
No, this I would never let this come near the top.
And it's like,
three.
it doesn't make
No.
any sense, because it's like, I remember looking at Twitter and people just talking about how god awful it was, and I'm like, the two people I know, like, who are really who like good movies are pushing this. I'm like, this doesn't make any
Jonathan
fucking sense. Maybe I
could
need to
not stop
unfollow
laughing.
everybody.
There was one time Jonathan started crying from laughter.
No, I am still sore from laughing so hard. But for that alone, I say you need to see it.
Here's what's crazy.
Oh yeah, you need
Y'all
to
talking bad about it makes me want to see it more than y'all
Yeah.
talking good about it.
exactly. That's why I say you need to see
And
it.
here's the thing, love the names.
But like you, the whole point of the musical is not even like any sort of story. It's sort of, you see all these people do these like unbroken, intricate dance sequences, and even though like the version I grew up with as a kid does have more cinematic techniques, and there are definitely cuts with it, it's still like a taping of a performance on the stage, and it's just one set, and in that context, that's where it works the best. But to have it like, nothing in the movie is real. It's like all CGI, and
Nothing's
Cat
real.
isn't real. It can't hurt you.
Nothing's real.
and on top of just the horrifying faces of all the it just okay. So like when we first get to the theater, we're like, woohoo, we're the only ones here. And then another couple comes in and we're like, God damn it, we can't be as rowdy as we want to be. We come out of the theater. And it turns out it was an older black couple, and apparently someone they knew was a worker at the Cobb. They walk up to him and said, "Why did you let us watch this movie?"
Fuck.
They not only said that, but then the guy was just like, they sang the entire time.
the entire time.
And the dude was like, this was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
God, I would love to go into Cats not knowing it's a musical.
I did. I forgot.
Now we pull up to the theater, and I just offhandedly mention it being a musical, and Cody's like, "It's a musical." I'm like,
Patrick, please mark it out. Please strike it
Yeah,
out.
it's killing me seeing it there.
I'm sorry. Look,
We talked.
That's a good bit. I'm glad y'all talked about it.
Pat seems disappointed. Huh? You seem disappointed.
Do I?
Yeah, you seem like you're
Well,
sad.
it was so funny because I think you and Jonathan went somewhere and Patrick was like, "I'm all for an underdog. I'll help him push it."
Yeah.
And Pat hasn't even seen it.
Because like I just loved like I was caught hooked like a singer with the bit, but like I was like fuck because I was gonna see it no matter what, whether it was
Yeah, I'm
like
still seeing it.
like it was like dog shit or just like somehow just weirdly savant movie.
It was very surrealist. The whole Rebel Wilson dancing on a table eating cockroaches.
Yeah.
That also had faces and were dancing.
No, you get
No,
no.
and
You get
then
two
like,
all
all
at
the
once.
proportions, even from shot to shot, are different.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like
Some of the
they have like human hands with like fingernails
that will pop out.
that will like pop
CG
out.
fingernails are like
and
Wolverine.
then like the little redheaded kitten Cody was talking about earlier, the little train cat. He has shoes.
that tap dance.
He's a
Hell.
tap dancing cat.
Oh yeah, you see that in the trailer. I love that.
I honestly thought it was Patrick.
We have to move on. We've put too much time on.
Yeah,
that.
we gotta go. We gotta. Okay, next up off the list is.
Okay.
Mungo Jerry and Rumple Teaser. Those are another
God.
two names.
Ad Astra, maybe.
I'm okay with that. Astro.
Yeah,
That's
I haven't
Ad
seen
Astra,
it.
really?
I love it. I just think other movies are better,
I
and
haven't
you and
seen
me
it.
are the only ones that have seen it.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it yet.
I can't say anything about it.
Well, can I say my piece?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
yeah,
and
go
talk
ahead.
about it.
What?
No spoilers.
Get out. Get out. Seriously, get out. Because it's such a fine. All I can say is it's a beautiful movie, and if you're ready to have an existential crisis, watch it.
I am.
That's pretty
I really
much
want to
it.
watch it because I mean I
have it.
Yeah, I like the whole premise of
already?
the movie, but
Yeah, I've posted tons of pictures. I have it.
Oh,
he did a whole photo shoot with it.
Joker.
Yeah, sure.
Jonathan, talk about Joker.
Oh my god!
Not too long. Just give a synopsis of why you fucking hate it.
I'm just channeling my hatred for this.
A little, not too much.
Yeah, not too
please.
much. We gotta go.
Okay, this fucking movie. Yeah, this movie in some ways is very problematic in the sense of how it demonizes the mentally ill, and it pushes this narrative that mentally ill people are just a powder keg, waiting to bust for violence. When that's just not reality. Studies show that most mentally ill people are more likely to be victims of violence than perpetuators of it. There's also this whole narrative they push, the self-actualization through violence, that really annoys me. But no, the thing that I hate most about this movie is it is so self-important. It thinks it's saying, it's literally Jordan Peterson as a movie. It's like it thinks it's saying these grand, sweeping criticisms of society that at best are like, no shit, Sherlock, we live in a society, we get it, or they are like actively they push like harmful narratives. I don't understand the praise that this movie gets, because at the end of the day it's like thematically nihilistic in the sense of it really has not a lot to say. And yeah, I will, and it's frustrating because there is a good movie in here, because the cinematography is very beautiful. Joaquin Phoenix
Did a phenomenal job.
Yes.
I will not be upset if he gets nominated for a ton of acting awards.
Yeah.
Because especially for the material he's given, makes it 100% better.
Yep.
It's just the script is fucking dog shit, but it thinks it's fucking great. And I fucking can't stand this movie.
And that's why Joker's off the list.
I'm looking at the list of what we should cut next.
Ford versus Ferrari. I love this movie. It's actually a lot better than I was expecting.
When I saw the trailer for it, I was like, oh my God, this is another dad bro movie.
It is a dad bro
It
movie.
is dad core to its core.
But but from hearing y'all talk about it and even other people talk about it, I'm like, you know what? I'll go see this movie.
It's very good.
yeah, I went into that movie with no expectations, and it will end up in my top 10 of the year. It is that good. It's emotional. The quote unquote action in it is really good. The racing scenes is really good in it. Like it's some of the best.
It made me want to race.
It made me
cars.
want to race cars. And yeah, I mean it's a great movie. There's really not a whole bunch of spoils since it is based on historical fact. It's about Le Mans from '66, about Ford wanting to compete with Ferrari, and that's pretty much what the story's about. But it's just the way they tell the story is really compelling.
Because it's not
actors.
it's not a focus on the companies themselves. It's more focused on the drivers.
Yeah, it's more focused on like the
on the
individuals.
characters.
It's not focused on Henry Ford or whatever.
Which they're in the background because
Yeah.
they're funding
And they
it.
show him like an asshole.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ford,
Good.
The junior one.
Henry Ford II.
Yeah.
They made like an ass. They make the guy that headed Ferrari look like an ass too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone like company wise, corporation wise,
Yeah,
assholes.
every court person in this was depicted as a total jackass. So
Good.
it's
That's
pretty
what-
good for that.
That's what I was kind of worried about. So they trying to like make corporations they're cool or they're interesting. There's like okay, they're all pieces of shit. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's literally like,
Good.
man,
Yeah.
these guys suck. Especially I'm just going to go ahead and say, Ford made our main driver fall back, so the winning shot at Le Mans '66 could be of 3 Ford cars.
They literally told him to slow
They
down.
told him to slow down, but in slowing down, another Ford car beats him.
He was lied to. They said,
Yeah.
you guys will just win a tie. It'll be a tie. You'll
Yeah,
all
they say it'll be a
first place."
3-way tie, but it's not, and he ends up losing.
He could have won by like a minute.
literally the victory was stolen from him.
Yeah.
They literally wanted him to lose because they just did not like
They
him.
didn't like him because he had been quote unquote a pain in the ass during the whole car development, and then that guy ends up dying.
Even though he was the one that like made the car and the company. Like,
Yeah.
he
Without
made,
him, they would
their
have
car
been
would have sucked
because-
because literally the first race they took about they're like we don't want you driving it. And literally the car lost.
Yeah.
Awful. Then they had him driving it and helped the development of this car won. Fucking fast as fuck.
Yeah, and I will say his development of the car also won them Le Mans 67, 68, 69. So it's just like a whole story of like how Ford like fuck over this one particular person. It's very good. I highly
Very
recommend
good.
it. We saw it on $5 Tuesday, and I would have paid full price for it. And
Oh
not been
yeah.
mad about
Oh
it.
yeah.
Okay.
I think next to be cut would probably be Alita.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't think Alita's making
Alita's not making top 3.
anybody's
Or-
top 3.
It's very, very good, very surprising, it's very long paced, but it's actually action packed and a lot better than any anime movie that I've seen.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think honestly it's probably the best like live action American anime.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
I'm
I mean-
saying a whole bunch, but I know y'all
Like-
really like it.
Like that is a very low bar.
But it's one of the best movies of the year.
But
in my opinion.
because it came out like really early in the year.
January 31st.
Yeah, because I went to see it and I was expecting it to be dog shit. And I came out of that movie pleasantly surprised. It does have some issues, like it has like 5 acts. It feels like it never fucking
Yeah,
ends.
it has 5 acts, and then the way it leaves off, it leaves on a
It just
huge,
made me want
it leaves
more.
off a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah,
and what makes it so sad is that it did so terrible at the box office that it won't probably get a sequel, and it's like fuck.
Well, it didn't do that bad. It just didn't do amazing.
No, it did. It did really like it didn't do good enough to warrant a sequel, especially with the money that went into making it. It didn't make that back, so it can't possibly get a sequel unless the people who made it are so passionate about it they can just put the money into it.
Yeah, I would definitely want to see a sequel because I think that would probably address a lot of like my criticisms of like lack of character development. You could use the sequels to build on that.
Yeah.
I will say its budget was $200 million, and it made $405 million at the box office.
Oh, okay.
And also too, the love interest character for everyone.
He's a boy and a half. He is the boyest boy of all boys.
He is, yeah. He to me, he's so out of place because everyone else is like in a more, I don't want to say prestigious, but I guess a more professional movie, and he feels like he's in a Disney Channel movie.
Yeah.
As far as his performance goes.
Yeah.
Next up, should we aim our?
This is where it starts.
This is where it gets hard because we're down to 10 movies.
So what is our top 10 for of the years?
Yeah,
left?
name off the movies, Patrick.
So see what we have left in no particular order. We have Avengers: Endgame, Booksmart, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Midsummer, The Lighthouse, Parasite, Jojo Rabbit, Knives Out, The Irishman, and Promare.
I think we should aim at The Irishman.
Yeah.
I do too.
I mean, the Irishman's not making top 3. I don't know if
Yeah.
it should be cut now, but
No,
we can.
we can go ahead.
Well,
We
if
can
it's
go-
not top 3, we should just cut.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I
no.
think we should cut it now and get our piece about it.
It's 3 hours long, and that's it.
It feels
It's
like
long.
you're walking through pudding.
Here, okay. I feel like some of us didn't watch it under the bed. So we watched it after we went Black Friday shopping. We've mentioned this on podcasts before. It's a 3.5-hour movie. It's very, very explanatory.
It's a lot. It's dense.
It's a
literally-
very dense and
it's
methodically
great.
placed.
It's literally a mob man having an existential crisis.
It's not even an existential crisis. It's just him having like, oh shit, I'm
Having
old.
a
I'm
life.
about to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. I personally really like this movie. This easily is in my top 5.
Yeah,
It's number 5.
it cracks my top 10.
Yeah, it's like 5 or 4 for me. What I really like about this movie is, while I really like, I think movies like Goodfellas is probably a better movie.
Yeah.
I do like how this one is a little more of a mature take on that Scorsese mob movie.
Yeah, because Goodfellas and Casino both feel like they're mob movies made for 25-year-olds. This The Irishman feels like a mob movie made for those people that maybe enjoyed those movies when they came out 30 years ago. And
Yeah.
it's very like the movie takes place over 4 decades, I believe.
It's you watch like Robert De Niro's character like die basically.
Die pretty much. at the
Even
end
though
of the
he
movie.
looks almost the same.
Yeah. But oh my god, it's worth a watch. I really want to rewatch it again under better conditions. 'cause
Same here.
I think I think I'd like it more on a rewatch. But it's very good.
It's an undertaking of a movie.
It's going to be
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
more years before I rewatch it. 'cause
Yeah,
it's just so
I
long.
agree with Tanner. But yeah, I think one thing that hurts this movie is the length, because luckily it's on Netflix, so you can chop it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, as like sitting down for a single experience, it is a lot.
Yeah. I'm about to suggest the movie that gets cut.
Promare.
Book smart.
Oh, well, okay.
I would say Booksmart.
I was going to say Premiere.
Well, I'm the only one here that hasn't seen Promare, so y'all talk about Promare.
Okay, we'll talk about Premiere.
Firefighting.
I think I really like Premiere. It's unfortunate that it's just like, you know what? Fuck it. Pull Premiere back. Let's do Endgame. Let's end it. Let's get it out of this list. It's
I'm
not
okay-
top 3.
I'm okay with
it's
that.
just not top 3.
I'm okay with that as
Yeah,
well.
Not top
I
3.
figured Endgame
Sure.
was
Premiere, I could not in good conscience. I think Endgame is a fantastic end to that long trilogy. God, I'm thinking fucking Star Wars. That long fucking
22ology.
that 10-year
Saga.
thing. However, it is not the best movie of the year.
No.
It is not the best
No.
movie of the year, and it is for it to be on our top 3. I think it would be an embarrassment to the other
sin.
movies.
It'd be an
We would
injustice.
lose all
I think it's a fantastic
credibility.
movie. I think
Yeah, and like Cody's saying, there's nothing against the movie.
No, it's a great
but like,
movie.
Like with how I felt with Toy Story, is similar to how I felt with Avengers. About like a day or two later, it was gone.
See, I mean, I'm completely fine with Endgame dropping off here. It's not. I don't think it's in any of our personal top 3, so it'd be kind of ridiculous for it to make a consensus top 3. But there's some scenes from that movie that still stick with me, and the score of that movie I think is absolutely incredible. When Cap gets Mjolnir and says the Avengers symbol, like that's some of the hypest shit I've ever seen.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't think any of us wouldn't say that.
Infinity War is better.
Oh, I wouldn't agree.
Oh,
with that.
yeah.
That's a
I
good-
agree.
think
Infinity War is a better movie.
I enjoy them both, but I think to me that there felt like a more like tension and drama in Infinity War,
Yeah.
than Endgame. Like I said, I love them both, but I feel like
More at stake.
and
That's fair.
and this also too felt more like, rightly so, as a victory lap for Marvel.
Oh yeah, and the thing with Infinity War, I guess, where Infinity War does have over Endgame is Infinity War. You didn't know what was going to happen in that movie. Like we didn't know that they were going to kill off half the cast. But watching Endgame, you're like, well, we know they got to come back somehow.
Well, yeah.
So it kind of takes back.
I will say, in Endgame's defense, like I did not expect how they go.
how they
about-
did. Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like it was just really good action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to suggest the movie to get cut. I want to say Midsummer should get cut.
yes.
Let's go ahead and cut it. It's fine.
Okay,
I haven't
yeah.
seen it.
I don't think it would make anybody's top 3. Did like talk about it? Well, I mean, I've seen it.
Colt and Winslow are mad.
I mean, yeah, because y'all just said fuck that.
Well,
Over.
How many people? Wait, how many people have seen Booksmart?
I've
we
seen
can cut Booksmart, too.
Yeah,
we can cut.
Yeah, I mean, I love Booksmart. I think it's hilarious, but it's not one of the best movies.
Let me talk about
it is one of the best
Booksmart,
movies
and then we
it's
can
on my
talk
top
about
three.
Midsummer.
All right, sounds good.
Booksmart's in my personal top 3 movies of the year. It's probably my number 2.
I love this high stakes.
Maybe number 1. So Booksmart is just like your typical high school like one day story. If it kind of reminds me of a mixture, and it's gonna seem like I'm dumbing it down a lot, but it seems like a mixture between Lady Bird and Blockers.
Oh, I was gonna,
No, it's more like Lady Bird.
I was gonna say
It's
Superbad.
like Lady Bird and
Superbad?
Superbad.
Yeah.
Superbad's also a good movie to throw in there too. Where it's really good. It's got a bunch of stuff to say. It's not as cringy as I expect. So like we all loved, or most of us loved 8th grade last year. There was some moments in 8th grade that were cringe because it's just middle schoolers being middle schoolers, and it's just like, oh my god, I want to crawl out of my skin and go die in a hole. With Booksmart, there's that, but they bring it in a more sympathetic way. And not of just like it's so bad, and didn't make me want to crawl out of my skin. I would highly recommend Booksmart, especially if you like that sort of genre of coming of age story movie. Yeah, I would highly recommend it. It's one of my favorites of the year, but I'm completely fine with it.
I want to watch it.
that bit in the fucking Uber.
Oh my god!
Like me and Cody watched it together, and we died laughing.
The movie's
for like 10
legitimately hilarious. It's probably the funniest movie on this list.
Yeah,
it's the best comedy of the year, I think.
Yeah, it's from a pure
I'd say-
comedic perspective, it's the funniest movie of the year.
Let's leave off Midsummer real quick because I know Colton Winslow want to fight that. Let's push that back. Let's get the stuff that we know is not going to make it.
Okay, Jojo Rabbit's not making top 3.
No, I don't
yeah.
think so. I love it.
I love
And we
Jojo
all-
Rabbit. Winslow loves Jojo Rabbit.
We all love Jojo Rabbit.
I love Jojo Rabbit, but as far as like top 3, no.
It's also pretty damn funny, but Booksmart I think is
Yeah,
funnier
Jojo
than
Rabbit's really
Rabbit.
funny.
Jojo Rabbit is funny, but it also like is much more serious and on a darker.
Yeah.
It actually does
side.
get pretty serious.
Yeah,
Taka did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I was very nervous going into this movie, especially with the subject matter, but also learning, about Taika's personal heritage, being half Jewish himself, and also I think that nervousness was a little misplaced because he did a standout job with this movie.
he did a phenomenal job.
And with a more subpar year for movies, I think it could easily be in the top 3, but what's at the peak of this list, it doesn't come close.
Okay, so right now we have on the list Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Midsummer is still left for now, The Lighthouse, Parasite, Knives Out, and Promare.
Okay, so that's Promare.
Pro American go.
Promare needs to go. I don't think it's making top
I think it's
3.
really good. It was very anime. It was very intense. It's a really good anime movie, but
It could be. I think it's really good. It's probably up there with some of the best anime movies you could get.
Yeah, definitely. And I think where this movie shines is in its more like technical animation aspects.
Yeah.
At least for my opinion on it, I really enjoy it. But for me, this feels more like Gainax and Trigger Greatest Hits.
yeah.
And I feel like, especially the more fascist themes that it deals with, I think are handled much better in Kill La Kill.
Okay.
And then Gurren Lagann. So.
Okay, so now we've got Parasite, Knives Out, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Oh shit, Avenger,
Lighthouse.
Booksmart. No,
I would say Once Upon a Time in Hollywood should be cut.
Oh no, I love that movie so much.
It
here's the
is
thing.
not top 3.
No, at this point,
Here's the thing. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or Midsummer has to get cut right now.
Midsummer.
Both.
Of the two, I would choose Midsummer to be cut.
I would choose Midsummer to be cut as
I
well.
choose both.
I choose Midsummer because Jonathan, hold your peace.
I would say the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Gets cut?
Yeah.
Cole, what would you say gets cut between those two?
Midsummer.
I said Midsummer.
Say what you want to say about Midsummer
Give it its
because
eulogy.
yeah.
Don't spoil. I'll go in the other room.
Yeah, we won't spoil.
Get out! Fuck. Okay. I can't talk yet. Midsummer's a good movie. That's it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Close the door. Okay.
So my thing with Midsummer, y'all know if y'all ever listen to this podcast, I do not like Hereditary. It was not a movie for me. Midsummer, I actually actively enjoyed. I think the horror done in Midsummer was better. I think the actual plot of Midsummer was better than Hereditary.
For me personally, I mean, sorry, are you done? Or?
No, I mean, but you can go ahead.
No, go.
Chomping at the bit.
I was gonna say like the
Sorry.
Midsummer to me is more pleasing to the eye. It's a very colorful movie, which like you don't really like. Hereditary to me was a lot of black and grays and whites.
Yeah, but that fit more with what that
Oh
movie
no,
was
it
trying to
totally
do.
did. Just from my personal taste, I don't like that as much. But that being said, Midsummer to me was a very like for reference. I liked Midsummer and Joker about the same. So
Okay.
which is
Okay.
like a very
I would.
Well, to put that into perspective, I probably hate Joker the most. So
For me personally, Midsummer is not as good as Hereditary, but there are two almost very different movies because one is terror and like as has been described, terror in daylight, and other is like on a much more like supernatural
Sci-fi
night.
Yeah,
type
absolutely.
deal.
Well, not sci-fi.
Or supernatural. I should
It's
say.
supernatural, like folk. Still definitely folk. Much like, but Midsummer's definitely more folk because it takes place in a fucking commune. But
Midsummer's more likely to actually happen.
yeah, because
Drugs.
Midsummer is like about a woman who her parents and her sister are dead. They died because her sister committed suicide, but in doing so, she wanted to take her parents with her.
But also,
Murder,
it's the most
suicide.
absurdly elaborate, over the top murder suicide I've ever
that is
fucking
very true.
it because spoilers, because her sister commits suicide by
Carbon monoxide.
carbon monoxide inhalation, but she has the car going in the garage, but she takes this like mile long tube, takes it to her mouth, and then tapes it to the
To her
bedroom door of her
parents'
parents, and I'm just like, what kind of fuck like
It's
like
surprisingly common.
well, I mean, yes, carbon monoxide poison is a regular
It's
form
common,
of
but
suicide.
that way though
That way
isn't,
is not.
isn't it? They don't because
Yeah.
it's like because you don't need to do that where like you have to strap it to their mouths to make sure it goes through. Like it's literally like if there's not proper ventilation, then like if a car's left, like everybody will die.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
it's-
you'll just.
I know that, but the way they present.
Oh
the
no, I'm not
movie-
saying that to you. I'm saying that to Cole.
Oh, in the room, they didn't have tubes tied to them. They just had like tubes going into the room.
there was a tube going into the room.
Yeah.
She taped the door shut. But
Yeah.
you know, like there's a lot of like genuine drama in the movie, and that to me that seemed a bit silly. But I will say I think that what some of the strongest parts about the movie, even though I didn't really care for it that much, was that just sort of like showing like the sort of realities of relationships and how they fall apart. I feel that to me that's one of the stronger parts of the movie.
Oh yeah, the whole breakup aspect was way too real.
Yeah.
and it affected me on a visceral
Yeah,
level.
because the main character, her boyfriend, he's been thinking about breaking up with her for quite a while, and her friend and his friends keep like kind of like pushing him to, and it's like, but it's like, they're obviously like, and not like, I'm trying to think because they're not bad, they're not necessarily, both of them are neither bad people, but like they're obviously not good for each other because it seems like both of them want different things, and then like whenever her family dies, it's like he ends up not following through, and it's like he feels like he has to be there because of that, which is like no, not a good thing either. Like you shouldn't just abandon somebody, especially in like such a hard time and what they're dealing with, like especially with her, she does like suffer from like mental illness, but also it's like
You don't say something out of obligation either.
yeah, it's not like that's not like an obligation, and it's like obviously if stuff isn't going to work out, that's like it's going to fall apart, and over the course of the movie it just gets worse and worse and worse, and it's also terrifying because you also have this really weird ass fucking cult in like
Sweden, or something like that.
Northern Europe, Scandinavia area, and it's like the effects for like when they do their like essentially sacrifices are like pretty terrifying.
When that guy jumped off the cliff and his brain got smashed by the
mallet,
or whatever.
because he didn't hit the rock and it just broke his legs. Oh fuck!
And,
Yeah.
well, but then when the woman jumped off and her skull hit the
her
rock,
head hit the rock, and it
bust like a balloon. That was unnerving. For
it
sure.
looked gruesome. Probably like the single most like I've ever been like genuinely uncomforted by like body horror.
Yeah.
Well, and also too is the sound design.
Yeah.
It sounded like
this
somebody
sickening
thumping.
thud.
Yeah.
Which I would say the music in this movie was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
The music was really
like
good.
especially the shot with the music playing of like, well, I should say the shots of like this in the very beginning with the snow falling, and it's like obviously somewhere in Europe, and it's like winter, and like the woman singing, and then it goes, and then later in the movie when they're going to the commune, and it's like they're driving, but then slowly the camera starts to turn, and it's like upside down to where it almost looks kind of like a river. Is like kind of crazy. It was crazy cool, and like this, and the music with that, and also there's another terrifying scene with when a guy tries to sneak into like a sacred building with a book, and when he tries to read it, another one of the men come in there wearing the skin of one of their friends and kills him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a very unnerving movie. Like I said, I liked it a lot more than I liked Hereditary, but
I'm in the same boat. I kind of, with Ari Aster, it's kind of for me the inverse of Jordan Peele. With Jordan Peele, where I think Get Out is a genuine masterpiece, and
Yeah.
and Us is good, but I think the end does hamper it. With me, I feel the same way about Hereditary. The ending, while parts of it are very emotionally impactful, some of it does get a little goofy, especially with that big like exposition dump at the end. I'm just like, ugh.
Oh, but see, I
That-
like
that's
that.
a
But
big
see,
thing for
like
me,
that,
too.
like that's just so like weird because it's like to me, like Hereditary was just fantastic. It was terrifying. Like it's still when I think about it, I get shivers. Like that's the first movie involving like something like besides the thing like involving like supernatural, because I don't really give a shit about anything doing with like with demons or whatever. Like that stuff doesn't faze me. But like with this actually got me terrified. Like it was like it like sent like shivers down my spine, like especially with the mother like climbing on the ceiling, just those like silent quiet shots, and she's just sitting there crawling, like the creepiness of like when the son becomes King Paimon, and like the way the mother floats into the fucking treehouse with her head cut off, and like the way the sets are done, like
I
just
fucking love the
like
ending
just
to
that, and
Hereditary.
also like when she's trying to contact her dead daughter. Sorry, this is Hereditary stuff.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
Midsommar.
let's try to keep it a Midsommar.
Anyway,
But-
Hereditary's great. I think that, and that's fine that you guys don't think that's fine. Midsommar was good, and
like I really enjoyed Midsommar as well, and I think personally it just barely makes it into my top 5 for the year. Especially the more I think about it. The only really big complaint I have about the movie is the scene towards the end with the
cult copulation scene.
yeah
that was like
because it's played for comedy, and there's
it's obviously rape.
yeah
Because he's
and that
drugged.
and especially like men being raped, that's a common trope of that being played for comedy, and the more I thought about that, the more uncomfortable I got with it.
yeah, and it just didn't seem like it fell in place in the movie. Like it just felt like a total out of left field thing.
Yeah, because everything else was
I don't know.
I think it was kind of coming.
They hinted at it through
I
the
mean,
entire
in
movie.
hindsight, there's definitely hints leading up towards
I
it, but
thi-
I don't think the movie's better for it. I guess is what
Yeah,
I'm trying to
and
say.
I'm not saying that necessarily that scene should have been necessarily cut. It's sort of how it's framed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's shot very farcically or comically, and that's the issue I take with it.
And then also, like, she ends up, like, the main character, she ends up having a breakdown because of that, which makes sense. You're seeing your boyfriend having sex with another woman, but then also it's like there's no explanation as to like that in general, and it's kind of like still like blaming him, like saying like, oh man, he's a piece of shit. It's like, well, he was drugged and he was raped.
Yeah, if that whole encounter was probably a little more consensual,
Yeah.
it would. But anywho, that's Midsummer, and
I'm gonna go get Cody.
Okay, but I guess I'd just say a little bit more on it. Just really pretty. That's
oh yeah, the cinematography is some of the best.
Oh God, what the fuck? Oh,
Jesus fucking Christ!
Cody scared the shit out of Tanner, I think.
I'm the only one that didn't jump.
So there you go.
Okay, the next I would say the cut would be Once Upon a
So
Time in
we
Hollywood.
have 4 movies left. We have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, The Lighthouse, Parasite, and Knives Out. Just for posterity's sake, I think we should go around and say what everybody's movie they would cut that wouldn't make the top 3.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I believe, is the one. I love the movie. I'm just choosing nitpicking at this point, but the reason why I choose it to go would be, I don't know. I feel like I enjoyed the other 3, especially Knives Out, Parasite, much more. I hadn't seen The Lighthouse, so that's my choice. I feel like The Lighthouse would be up my alley, so I'm keeping it in.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
For me, it would be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and a lot of it, even though the ending is fun and buck wild, I think the ending does ruin the movie. Or not ruin the movie, but it brings it down for me.
Oh, what?
I don't know.
I would say this is what
I would
brings
say
it,
the way-
elevates it to the better one.
Yeah, I was about to say the way it plays out. It's like saying a fuck you to Charles Manson.
Me too. I love that ending.
And also, I would say the only thing that gets me about it is the depiction of Bruce Lee. Like that's just
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I will say that the depiction of Bruce Lee is really fucked.
like that's just
and-
fucked and like completely not honest
Colt, what would you
and
cut?
disrespectful.
It's hard, but Lighthouse for me.
What would you cut, Pat?
I would say Hollywood.
Okay, I mean, I know where this is going because I know how strongly people feel about Parasite and Lighthouse, and I like Knives Out more than I like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood definitely gets cut. Jonathan, it seems like you have a lot to say about this movie. How about you give us a bit of a eulogy?
Oh, I like. There's
Not too much.
I'll try to keep it as short as possible. I really enjoyed this movie. It is. I think it is definitely like close to the top tier Tarantino for me. I do like the more laid back tone, but there are a few things that really hold it back for me, like the depiction of Bruce Lee. There's a joke involving Brad Pitt's wife, which is such a boomer joke that I was like, that is uncalled for. And while I know, like, there was sort of this gut feeling I had with the ending that, like, I kind of initially rationalized, well, it's just the Manson family, but like I was reading online and I saw where other people had this feeling too, where the 2 women in the Manson family get much more brutalized than Tex does, and especially a lot of the context surrounding Tarantino in not only his portrayals of female characters, but his relationships with female actors.
Oh.
It does put a little sour taste in my mouth.
That's interesting.
I never thought of it like that.
I
Yeah.
never even thought of it like that.
But and also too, like for me, why the ending kind of drags it down. While I love over the top Tarantino, don't get me wrong. A lot of it felt tonally inconsistent with the movie, and it felt like this movie was like a much more mature Tarantino.
Yeah.
It was like a student, like a class clown giving this very impactful speech in front of the whole school, and then at the end
They fart.
he lets a big fart, fuck you, and then leaves.
Yeah.
I kind of like that about it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, but that
And that sort of thing is just like a personal
yeah.
preference.
But thank you for the new perspective, though. I never thought
I never
about
even
that.
thought about it like that. I will say, Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt in this movie are phenomenal.
Oh my
Fantastic.
God! That like the performances in this movie.
I hope Leo wins Best Actor. I think he was man.
If nothing else, nominated because he
I
deserved
hope he's
it.
nominated.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt, it's kind of weird because I don't even consider Brad Pitt as a supporting actor. I consider him like co-lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll probably end up getting pushed to Best Supporting if I had to guess. But
Yeah.
man, he was absolutely great in this
Yeah.
movie too.
Yeah.
All right, let's go around the room. What do we think
It's 3.
is 3?
Yeah.
Cody.
Like, are you talking
What-
about
what-
what is my lineup?
What would your number 3 be?
Of the 3 we have left, what would be your 3?
I'm going to put Lighthouse specifically because I've not seen Lighthouse.
I get
I'm going to go ahead and say I would also put Lighthouse just because I have not seen Lighthouse as well.
I'm gonna say Knives Out.
I'll also say Knives Out.
Lighthouse.
I'll say Lighthouse.
So it sounds like Lighthouse is number 3.
Yeah.
Jonathan, or because Everybody else has seen it besides me and Cody because it was literally only here for like a weekend, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
2 weekends.
It was
That's
a very
unfortunate.
limited.
I really wanted to watch it because it seems like it's right up my alley.
Yeah, it's coming to Netflix next month in January.
Son
so,
of a bitch.
Like,
I mean, like, why can't...
just a month earlier. Why didn't Netflix know we had to record?
Yeah, don't they know?
Yeah. But definitely say y'all's piece on Lighthouse. Like,
The Lighthouse,
Go for it.
fantastic movie. Like,
Please,
absolutely
no spoilers.
phenomenal. What?
We'll keep spoilers to non-existent.
Sure. It's shot completely in black and white and on like a grainy type of film. I want to say like
I don't know as far as the film stock. I know it's a very, very small aspect ratio, even smaller than 4:3.
but it works for it, and like you literally have just two guys the entire movie. One other person, but like it's
almost
secondary. Like
negligible.
Yeah.
We're counting the bird.
but
Yeah.
like the themes, like honestly, like because we talked about it and then looking like through like articles and like video discussions about it, I really love like the themes and like what it's like depicting. Like I think like it just makes it so fucking strong, and it is just like and Robert Pattinson is fucking fantastic, phenomenal, amazing. Like
Yeah,
I never expect to love Robert Pattinson so much, but damn,
he's really on the upswing. Since Twilight.
like literally like him and Brad Pitt as like kind of like being like high like profile, like starting to get like being more high profile actors now.
Wait,
Like-
Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt's always been.
He's been a high profile, but as of recently, he hasn't been.
He hasn't really been.
Yeah,
doing
but you
much.
can say that for anybody.
Well, no, but like
But
I mean,
Robert
but
Pattinson-
no, I mean like he's being sorry,
Put more in the spotlight.
Well, no, being
more-
seeked out more because he recently had to go through like rehab or something, but now because he's like out of that, he's been sought out more, and now is being he's going to be put into movies.
I definitely think Brad Pitt is hitting like another peak.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what this is, and
Yeah.
like Robert Pattinson is like on that as well.
I hope he stays doing well.
Same
Yeah.
here.
I hope he kills it as Batman.
Same
Yeah.
here. It's going to be a shame because I don't think him or Willem Dafoe will get nominated for the Academy Awards because the Academy Awards are fucking cowards and they hate horror or anything resembling horror.
Willem Dafoe.
But Willem Dafoe in particular, but even Robert Pattinson give, I'd say, career best performances. This movie's a masterpiece, and all that final fucking shot.
literally the final last moments of the movie, just perfect.
There are a lot of like just moments in the movie you could take a still image of and frame in like the Louvre.
Literally,
They are that
literally,
gorgeous.
I've been telling everybody like I want to buy it physically so I can have it, and like there's literally scenes in there, like 3 specific scenes that I want to draw because they're just so like profoundly beautiful.
Yeah.
like it's just so good.
But yeah. So next,
I mean, I know how this is gonna go.
I do too.
yeah,
Let's just go ahead and say Knives Out is 2,
Yeah.
Parasite's number 1.
okay,
Yep.
yeah.
So I guess we should talk about Knives Out first.
I love you.
They had
Anna.
those knives and they were
They were out. The
I love
knives
you,
were out.
Anna de Armas and Daniel Craig.
Everybody in this movie killed it.
Everyone.
Ryan Johnson made a good decision not doing Star Wars.
Yeah, because fuck.
Because we literally got like I mean this is like the probably the best whodunit I've ever seen. Maybe the best whodunit ever.
I don't know ever. I'm not super
I mean,
familiar
I'm
with the
not-
genre,
I'm not
so
familiar enough with the genre.
I can't. So I personally couldn't make like an authoritative judgment.
but I will.
Okay, Tanner.
It's oh my god, it's so good. Like I kind of don't want to go too much into the plot because going into the plot,
Oh,
Or
yeah.
going into the plot really at all will like give you clues. To,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it'll just give it away.
yeah, it will give it away. So I'm just gonna say if Knives Out is still in theaters when you're listening to this, which if you're listening to this in the first like couple of weeks, it should still be in theaters. But definitely pick this up because Daniel Craig does phenomenal. Ana de
Armas.
Like Wenzel said, Chris Evans was phenomenal in it. Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yeah.
was great. I mean,
Tony Collette.
Hannah
Tony Collette
Baker.
Michael Shannon. Like,
Hannah
damn it.
Catherine Langford.
yeah,
I I guess sort of, for me, this movie doesn't crack my top 5, but a lot of that does have to do with more of the whodunit trappings.
Sure.
Like, especially like the third act reveal was like, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. You kind of have to do this, but I still don't have to like it.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. But Knives Out, I thought was phenomenal. So now y'all gonna talk about Parasite.
Finally,
Oh, man.
fucking shit.
They were little bugs crawling around.
What's up with that?
There's little bugs in my asshole.
They were King Cat suits the entire time.
Thanks, thanks, man.
They were all
playing
Jellicle cats.
Tetris.
I'm listening. I'm just treating y'all like a podcast.
Oh, that's what we are. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What do we even say? Like, I don't even want to give it.
I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah. This is another movie. It's best you go in as blind.
It's
as
like
possible.
completely like, subvert my expectations and then some. Like,
But like not in like the D&D from Game of Thrones subvert your expectations, but like in a very interesting way.
yeah. Like I knew I've heard so many good things about it. I'm like, I know I'm gonna like it. Go in there, I was liking it, then I fucking loved it.
Yeah, it switches. It feels like it switches genre a lot. You wonder at some point. Like, I thought this was supposed to be like horror slash.
It is horror in a way.
Yes. What I'm saying is, at the beginning, you're just like,
yeah.
"What am I watching?" Like, this
Yeah,
doesn't
because it's
seem
more
like,
of just like
Class.
almost like a farcical comedy in
Yeah.
a lot of
It
ways.
was a very dark comedy.
Yeah.
Very, very dark. And then it takes a turn, and oh boy,
oh, fuck. And it's like, like in the movie, the basic premise of the movie, without giving anything too much away, is just it's like clashing of two very different classes.
Yeah.
Rich and the very poor.
and there's no good people.
Yeah.
And in a movie like this, it'd be easy to paint either side as completely villainous. And it doesn't. Every character has a lot of nuance, and you get where they're coming from. And oh boy,
I was been thinking about this movie for weeks, and I'm so upset that it's from around here, and I really want to go watch more of it.
I would love to watch it, but
But Alabama boys,
Alabama.
Yep.
Alabama. Yeah, so that's our
is that movies?
That's movies.
That's movies.
So number 3 is The Lighthouse. Number 2, Knives Out, and number 1, our AYCH's movie of the year, is Parasite.
Also movies.
Yeah,
All of these movies.
Yeah, like-
I mean, Knives Out came out less than a month ago.
oh fuck, we didn't talk about Marriage Story.
Yeah,
It wasn't
but, like-
nominated.
it wasn't nominated. Just
We gotta talk about cats.
It should be.
Yeah.
It should be nominated. Marriage Story is really good. It's an emotional story. It is something that there's one particular scene I think is some of the best acting that I've seen this year. Adam Driver, I think he is putting himself and setting himself up to being one of this generation's big names in acting.
Yeah, and I was surprised with Scarlett Johansson as well.
She did she just feels it just feels so natural.
And like I would probably go to bat the hardest for Marriage Story because I'm a huge Noah Baumbach fan and I love Adam Driver. I haven't seen it yet.
I will say this is easily top 3 for me.
Okay, so okay, so take one more break and then let's roll into songs.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you in a second. What's up, everybody? We're here. Song of the Year. So Song of the Year works a little bit different than our prior 3 categories. First of all, we do a consensus top 10 as opposed to top 3. And this year, we usually do a yay-nay system to get through the first round of cuts. So we'll still be doing that yay-nay system. But also, everybody gets a save they use at the end of round 1 to bring back a song that is cut that they would like to speak more on. Since this first round is literally just yay nay, so some songs may just get nayed out of existence, and then from there on we'll actually discuss songs and talk about stuff like that. So
No spoilers.
yeah, no spoilers. So everybody else is going to read songs 30 at a time, and I'll be doing the strike throughs. So
Yeah.
All right. Starting off with our first song, we have Semi-Automatic by Omer.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ready to Let Go by Cage the Elephant.
Yay.
No.
Nay.
Nay.
Okay.
Obey by Priest.
Yay.
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 Okay.
Buckets by Elohim.
Yay.
No.
Nay.
Nay.
I feel like we should say something other than nay because it's hard to define.
No, just say everybody. Just count the number yays.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Is just counting yays
Yeah.
so
in my head.
So if there's only 2, then no.
Yeah.
But if there's 3, then yes.
I mean, instead of saying nay, you can say no if you want. I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
To
Yeah,
help.
let's say yay and no.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Okay.
All right. Maybe You're the Reason by The Japanese House.
Yay.
No.
Yay.
Yay.
No.
So that was 3 yays. So.
Yeah.
Bury a Friend by Billie Eilish.
Yay.
No.
No.
Nay.
No.
Elo Milo by Billie Eilish. No.
Yay.
No.
How many was that?
No.
I've Been
All
Waiting by Lil Peep featuring
Yay.
I Love My Moken and Fall Out Boy.
I love McConan.
No.
Follow My Ways.
No.
Yay.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that stays.
Wait, hold on. How many was that?
That was 3 yeses.
That was 3 yeses versus 2 no's?
Well, it doesn't matter. You just need
If
3
it's
yeses.
3 yeses, then
It's
it
good
gets.
to go.
Yeah, there could be 20 people in here.
All right.
Screaming.
House of Glass by Cage the Elephant.
No.
Night Running by Cage the Elephant featuring Beck.
No.
We Talk All the Time by The Japanese House.
Yes.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know.
Jonathan, if you like the name, if you like the name, you know what? You're the wild card here. If you like the name of the song,
I am literally. I'm just like chaotic evil right now.
seriously, if you like the name of the song, I want you to say yay. If you don't, you
Okay.
say no.
I don't
We'll
know.
go with that.
I don't know if I like
Jonathan's
this.
chaos.
I don't. Okay, you know it doesn't really hurt or.
Yeah, it
it
doesn't
does-
really hurt anything, so yeah, go for
At
it.
this point. All right. Away We Go by The Bad Sons.
Yay.
No.
Yay.
One Magic Moment by The Bad Son.
Yay.
No.
Yay.
No.
Ceremony by Priest.
Yay.
No.
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 Bad Guy by Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Man.
How many yeses was that?
Pat,
3.
Pat didn't give one.
No.
I gave one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that was 3 yeses.
Oh man, I'm the
Listen
bad
to
guy.
your fucking crazy town ass song.
All right. Seasons by Baroness.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Times Won't Change Me by Circle Waves.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
That's 3.
Come Home by Anderson .Paak featuring Andre 3000.
Yes.
No.
No. Yay.
I'm gonna say yes because I like Andre.
So that's 3.
Yeah.
Goodbye by Cage the Elephant.
No.
No.
The elephant needs to get out of the cage. Sorry.
When I Die by Beirut.
Yeah.
Yay.
No.
No.
Gallipoli by Beirut.
No.
Oh, wait. It's Gallipoli.
Battle of Gallipoli.
I would have said Gallipoli.
I would have said Calipoli
King
too.
Kamehameha in my mind, not King Kamehameha, right?
I'm coming at these words with no context.
That's history, dude.
Fuck off.
yeah.
Who knows history, nerd?
Got him.
I only know anime. Let's go.
Something Far Too Good to Feel by The Japanese House.
Yeah.
Yay.
No.
I love the Japanese house, so they're a yay always.
Yay.
Okay, well that was 3 yeses.
Stay Flow by Solange.
No.
Yay.
Where's the Catch by James Blake featuring Andre 3000.
I love
Yay.
James Blake and Andre
No.
3000, so that's a yay.
Yay.
No.
I know it.
No.
Barefoot in the Park by James Blake featuring Rosalia.
Love James
No.
Blake.
No.
Yay.
Yes.
No. Wait, was that 3 yeses?
Yay.
I
Yay.
said no.
Oh, okay.
All right. F. Delano by Kishibashi.
Yay.
No.
Yay.
No.
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 Oh, wow. Everybody hates the Japanese, I guess.
Well,
Japanese house, I love it.
Well, because F. Delano is about Japanese internment.
I added mostly Japanese music.
Yeah, well,
Unstatus Quo by Duckworth.
Yay.
no.
Yes.
No.
that's 3.
That was 3.
Tempo by Lizzo featuring Missy Elliott.
Yes.
No.
How many? Yes.
That was Jonathan said yes and I said yes.
I said yes. Julian by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yay.
Yes.
All right. That's 30.
So somebody else pick up.
Me.
Okay, cool.
Just read 30.
Essentially by Japanese Breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Broken Boy.
No.
No.
Okay.
Oh, what the fuck?
I meant to
Fuck
say
off.
it. Broken Boy by Cage the Elephant.
Yes.
No. Social Cues by Cage the Elephant.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I would say yes, but that's.
How many was that?
That was only 2.
Wait, did you say yes? Or-
Yeah.
No? Okay. Wait, what?
I said yes to social cues.
Then that's 3.
Okay, that's 3.
See, this is why nobody. Count the numbers of yes, because if it's 3 yeses, then that means it gets in. If there's 2 yeses, then no, it's not in.
Okay, what if we did this? Let's just not say no.
Yeah, if you
Let's
like
just say
it.
yes. If
Oh
you like
wait,
it,
yeah,
just say
that
yes.
that actually works way better.
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
That's literally what I've been saying. We did that every past year.
You didn't say no.
You didn't
Don't
say no.
I said just say yes.
Whistle's so mad. Oh God, he's gonna be.
Because
Everybody
this is
just said
stupid. This is stupid. The system's stupid.
Everybody
We've literally
just say
been doing
yes.
it for the past 2 fucking years. How do you not know
you
your
over the head.
fucking system?
Although I think at the same time we came to the same realization last year
Yeah,
too.
I do too.
I think we did.
Yeah, okay.
We don't learn.
So everybody just say yes.
We don't know history, obviously.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't like F. Delano by Kishibashi.
Uh huh. What's next?
Okay.
Sorry, is the
Okay,
next
I was
one.
trying to figure out where. Sorry by Beyonce.
Yes.
Yes.
Running by Elohim.
Yes.
Yes.
Old Town Road remix.
Yes.
Yes.
B- Billy Cyrus version. Billy Ray
Yes.
Cyrus.
Yes. Oh God, I hope it's number 1 this year.
Earthquake by Tyler the Creator.
Yes. Making my earthquake. I can't get over that song.
What's Good? Tyler the Creator.
Yes.
Yes.
No. Well, we're not saying no.
I'd say yeah. to
Yeah, that was
one.
enough yeses.
Gone. Thank you, Tyler the Creator.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Dylan Thomas, Better Oblivion Community Center.
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck is that?
I don't know. That name sounds awesome.
It's a
Damn,
good
you
song.
say you didn't say yes to that? You put it on there.
Yeah, I didn't like it as much.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that happened to me too. Fashionista Chai.
yes.
Chat Room Charlie Bliss.
Yes.
Time Rider Chromatics.
Yes.
Yes.
Nina Crumb.
Yes.
Yeah. That name's interesting.
Am I going too fast?
No, you're good.
Okay. Hanging Out of Cars, Empath.
Yes.
Big Wheels, Kevin Abstract.
Yes.
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 I like Kevin Abstract.
Burning Maggie Rogers.
Yes.
No. Wait, oh shit, we're not doing that.
My God.
Song 32 by Noname.
It's just no name.
I know.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
We're trying to be cultured here.
Sorry.
No name.
17 by Sharon Van Etten.
Yes.
Hellboy, Swimmers.
Yes.
Yes.
Patience, Tame Impala.
Yes.
Wax On, Injury Reserve, Freddie Gibbs.
Yes.
Bump It, is that Nudes?
Nudes.
Nudes and Remy.
Yes. I totally forgot to put that on there.
Oh, it's 2 yeses.
1000 Backyard Pools, Harry Teardrop.
Yes.
Lack of Love, Friendly Fire.
Yes.
Chrysalis, Empire of the Sun.
Yes.
I'm So Tired,
Yes.
Love, Troye Sivan.
Yes.
Yes.
Ricky, Denzel
Yes.
Curry. All My Friends, Maddion.
Yes.
Yes.
That song's so fucking good.
Mother's Daughter, Miley Cyrus.
Yes.
All right. Pass that ball, Colt.
I got one more, motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
He's counting. I can't. I don't know when. You gotta tell me when to stop.
Come Through, Prince Fox.
Yes.
Yes.
That was only 2 though. Oh, I see. Never mind.
Okay, here we go. I'll go next. Is that okay?
Yep.
GOMF by Dubs and Bridge. I don't remember that song.
Yes. It's one with you want to be free?
Yeah. It's a TikTok
yes.
song.
Yes. Okay.
Stop replacing U's with V's. It's confusing my dumb brain.
Leviathan by Volbeat.
Yes.
Speedboat by Denzel Curry.
Yes.
Yes.
Narrative by Sawano Hiroyukin.
And Lisa.
Lisa.
Yes.
Yes.
Gurunge by Lisa.
Yes.
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 Or is it Guringe? I don't know. Not Dead Yet by Jakey.
Yes.
Yes.
Orphan by Slipknot.
Yes.
Yes. Nero Forte by Slipknot.
Yes.
Pure Gold by Half Alive.
Yes.
Yes.
Supermoon by Dirty Heads.
Yes.
Harmonia by Shinski.
Yes.
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 The Devil's Master by Cadaver.
Yes.
No Halo by Brockhampton.
Yes.
Heaven Belongs to You by Brockhampton.
Yes.
I've Been Born Again by Brockhampton.
Yes.
I can't even fucking read that name. Perihelion. Perihelion?
Yeah, you got it.
Perihelion
Perihelion.
by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yes.
That was fun. Self-Immolate by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yes.
Planet B by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Hell
Yes.
Nothing is Safe. Clipping.
Yes.
Tourniquet by Baroness.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry.
Emmett, Radiating Light by Baroness. Cold-Blooded Angels, Baroness.
Yes.
Selfish by Little Sims and Cleo Soul.
Yes.
Prophet by King Princess.
Yes. Fuck off.
Last
So mad.
Yeah, because it's a good fucking song, and people have been every time there's been a song here, people have been sassy like no, like
I was not surprised you didn't vote for clipping or nothing is safe by clipping.
I was gonna say yes, but then it's like I didn't. I don't know why.
King Prince. I've listened to that entire album, and I'm just not a fan of it. Last Day Under the Sun by Volbeat.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
Yellow.
Patrick was planning all of our deaths.
I still can't believe Patrick's the one who got into Trixie Mattel this year. Yellow Cloud by Trixie Mattel.
Yes.
Showdown by Marty Grimes and Bjorn.
Yes.
I forgot to look that one up.
Now That I Found You by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yes.
Neon Moon by Brooks and Dunn and Casey Musgraves.
Yeah.
I will say no. That's my one. No,
Fuck y'all.
Never in my life will I vote for Brooks and Dunn.
Oh, y'all
Casey
just-
Musgraves, maybe
Y'all
for the
just
culture.
Y'all just be
but
prepared that song's coming back.
Sanctuary by Joji. Yes. God, that song's so fucking good. Let You Know by London Grammar and Flume.
Yes.
Yes. La 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 by Y2K and BB No
Yes.
Money.
Yes.
It's called BB No Money. Yeah, that's it.
Did you say yes?
I said yes to that.
Okay.
As well. No Drug Like Me by Carly Rae Jepsen. Yes.
Yes.
Smell of the Game by Daisuke Ishiwatari and Naoki Hashimoto. Wow,
Yes.
I can't
Yes.
speak Japanese. Ludens by Bring Me the Horizon.
Yes.
Yes.
Death Stranding by Churches.
Yes.
Feel a Day by
Philody,
by Siwano Hiroyukin. I cannot fucking.
Sawana Hiroyuki, and Jimmy NTL.
Now what's the bullshit at the end of the name though?
New Zealand Killer. I don't know.
It's their clan tag for Call of Duty.
Combat by Danny Brown.
Oh, Philody. I'm gonna go ahead and save it. I'm using that. Fuck it.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Combat by Danny Brown.
Yes.
BB's Theme by Ludwig Forssell and Jenny Plant.
Yes.
La Canción by J Balvin and Bad Bunny.
Yes.
Ooh, Pat over there. I'll say yes to that. Odio by J Balvin and Bad Bunny.
Yes.
Want You in My Room by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yes.
Happy Not Knowing by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yes.
Seems like Patrick went on this bender of Spanish music.
No, you can definitely tell what
drag
Patrick's been
queen
listening
music.
to this year.
Oh man, when we went to Nashville, it at a certain point it turned into a Spanish sad boy hour.
I mean, like it's good music to be in your feelings too. It's real good.
Immortal by 21 Savage.
Yes.
In My Room by Frank Ocean.
Yes. Fuck.
I'll say yes to that.
Yes.
There's 3 yeses for Frank.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Okay.
I don't know.
It's a good fucking song. Fuck you.
It's Frank Ocean. It's for the culture. Aquacode Data Breaks by Clipping Period and Shabazz Palace.
Okay, it's just clipping.
I
And
don't
yes.
know why you
Yes.
said period.
There's a period after his name everywhere. He Dead by Clipping.
Yes.
I don't know what that song is about, but
Oh,
I'm
Oh,
for
it's
it.
so
Oh,
fucking
he
good.
did.
It's good.
Oh, he
It's
did.
good.
Where am
Zulu
I?
Screams.
Zulu Screams by Goldlink, Malik Berry, and BB Borelli.
Yes.
That's a fun fucking group of people to talk about. Seasick by Binky.
Yes.
Yes.
Sunshine by Tommy Newport.
Yes.
Yes.
Driving by Policha.
Yes.
Yes.
Heat Rises by...
Nulafur Yanya.
Please let me try to speak it because I want to botch it and be told wrong.
Okay.
It's my kink. Home by Caribou. That
Yes.
sounds like some fucking campfire granola shit. And,
Yes.
where am I at? Negro Spiritual by Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia.
Yes.
I'll say yes to that. Psycho by Denzel Curry and Slow Tie.
Yes.
Slow Tie is kind of good.
Yeah.
Fado by Milky Chance.
Yes.
Call Me by Cherry Glazer, Portugal the Man.
Yes.
And Portugal Man. Cool to You by Teenage Priest.
Yes.
Tai Shi in Blood Orange sings Even If It Hurts.
Yes.
Holy Horses by Temples.
Yes.
Atomize by Temples.
Yes.
Mary on a Cross by Ghost.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
my one. God, no. I hated that song.
Fuck you.
And Poser.
Haunted House by Sir Baby Girl.
Yes.
Pick You Up by Foster the People.
Yes.
I'll say yes to that. Eat, Sleep, Wake. Nothing But You with Bombay Cycle Club.
Yes.
Yes.
Black Moses, Chanel Trey, and JPEG Mafia.
Yes.
Or Channel Trey. Probably Channel Trey. Obsession by Joywave.
Yes.
We Appreciate Power by Grimes and Hana.
Yes.
Fuck, that song's so good. Tokyo Drifting by Glass Animals featuring Denzel Curry.
Yes.
That song's so good. Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish. Yes.
That song's so depressing.
It's so good, though. My head was underwater. Sorry. Virile by Moses Sumney.
Yes.
Air Online by Amamanaguchi.
Yes.
Amanaguchi. Sorry.
Anomana. It's A-N. I forgot.
Amanaguchi.
Anamanaguchi.
Yeah.
Not Amana.
I just-
Lorem Ipsum, Arctic Anthem by Amanaguchi.
Yes.
No Mind, Lucy in Disguise, and Fashionista Boyfriend.
Yes.
Nightfall by Lucy in Disguise.
Yes.
Passion Blue by Asako Toki.
Yes.
Yes.
Bubblegum Town by Asako Toki.
Yes.
Hallucinations by Paris.
Yes.
Yes.
A Town in a Dream. Ichika Sho Akomaka. Fuck it. A Town in a Dream by Ichika and Sho Akamoto.
Yes.
Yes.
Good Enough by Ichika and Akogorilla.
Yes.
Violence OG Mix by Grimes IO.
Yes.
Grimes and IO. Yes. No Idea by Don Tolliver.
Yes.
No Idea. No, I'm sorry. My Type by Saweetie.
Yes.
Roxanne by Arizona Zervis. Yes.
Yes.
What?
Wow.
Wow.
I'm
It's
actually
shit.
surprised.
I might just go away from this right now. Stand By Me by the Peggies.
Yes.
What is that one?
This sounds on my closing theme.
Yes.
Okay,
Stand
yes.
by
Yes,
me.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
man.
yes, yes. Wham by ASAP Ferg and
Jesus Christ. Hey, my name's Cody. I'm a 40-year-old white man.
ASAP Ferg and Madine Kyo.
Made in Tokyo.
I couldn't
yes.
do that either.
Made you.
I was on Cody's side there.
I didn't get the $8 AP Ferg, but I can kind of understand that one. Okay, Wenzel, let's pause for a second. Let me put all the ones that are... well, hold on. Let's go through. Everybody save the song they want to save.
Well, did you want to go ahead and put that spreadsheet together to see which songs are saved, and then go through it, and then we'll say... And then
Yeah.
Well, all the songs that aren't saved have strikes.
Okay.
And Colt's already used his save.
Okay.
I'm just going to go ahead and
I
say...
can't see that.
I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm saving Neon Moon by Casey Musgraves and Brooks and
That's
Dunn.
disgusting.
I think it'd be good if we pause here so we can go back to the list to find out what we want to say.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay,
Okay,
pause here,
pause.
Wenzel. What's up, everybody? We're back. So, we actually had a lot of songs make it through that first round of cuts. We have 75 songs remaining, so we're actually going to do a second round of cuts where there's no saves, and a song has to get 4 yays to make it into the final little list.
Yeah.
Who wants to start reading? I'll mark against.
I'll do it. I'll do
Okay.
it since I haven't read. Oh, sorry. I have to go. I actually have to go to the sheet.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
Master
Okay.
Sheet 2.
I got it. Semi-Automatic by Omer.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Obey by Priest. Yes. Okay. Let me. Sorry, I gotta zoom in. Maybe You're the Reason by Japanese House.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I've Been Waiting by Lil Peep featuring I Love McConan and Fall Out Boy.
Yes.
Only 3.
Wait, how many did it have to
3.
be?
4.
Oh, fuck.
We Talk All the Time by the
I'm
Japanese
gonna
House.
take a shower.
Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. Yes.
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 Really?
Just made it.
I'm the bad guy.
My God. Fucking. Okay. Times Don't Change Me by Circa Waves. Yes. Okay. Come Home by Anderson .Paak featuring Andre 3000.
Yes.
Yes.
Something Far Too Good to Feel by the Japanese House.
Yes.
Barefoot in the Park by James Blake featuring Rosalia. Unstatus Quo by Duckworth. Tempo by Lizzo featuring Missy Elliott.
Yes.
There's
That was
no.
3.
There's not one more.
That was 3.
Y'all gave up on Lizzo.
Yep.
She's like the
Yep.
artist of the year.
For you.
Well, I don't know if I go that
Compared
far.
to who? Casey Musgraves over there? Fuck off, Brooks and Dunn.
Julian by Carly Rae Jepsen. Yes.
Yes.
Essentially by Japanese Breakfast.
Yes.
Yes.
I need to go take a shower. I'm
That was 3.
pissed off.
Social Cues by Cage the Elephant. Yes. Sorry Original Demo by Beyonce. Yes.
Yes.
Running by Elohim. Old Town Road remix, Lil Nas X featuring Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm going for dumb.
I feel like that's gonna be number one.
well, we'll get. Okay.
Oh,
I
don't
said.
even-
I said yes. I wanted to make it onto. The
I don't
list.
even like it that much, but I'm willing to go stupid.
I want this
Oh, well.
shit to win. Lizzo got off, so fuck everybody
Oh,
here.
that's dumb. Okay. Earthquake by Tyler the Creator.
Yes.
What's Good by Tyler the Creator.
Yes.
Gone Gone Thank You by Tyler the Creator.
Yes.
Dylan Thomas by Better at Oblivion Community Center. Time Rider by Chromatics. Yes.
Yes.
Nina by Crumb. Yes. Hanging Out of Cars by Empath.
Yes.
Big Wheels by Kevin Abstract. Yes.
Yes.
Hellboy by Swimmers. Yes.
Yes.
Wax On by Injury Reserve featuring Freddie Gibbs. Yes.
Yes.
Thousand Backyard
Sorry,
Pool.
Wenzel.
I don't. Yeah, I'm sad. Okay. Thousand Backyard Pools by Harry Teardrop.
Yes. That's a good song.
Lack of Love by Friendly Fires. Yes.
Yes.
Chrysalis by Empire of the Sun.
Yes.
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 Mother's Daughter by Miley Cyrus.
Yes. Come on, boys. Let's hear it for Miley Cyrus. She needs us.
No.
She's listening right now.
GOMF by Dubs and Bridge.
Yes.
I don't even remember that one.
What do you mean you fuck
feel
off?
like
I would like to
commented-
mention Cody nominated, and also we just told him
What was it again?
It's the song that fucking old dude named
Casey Fry?
Yeah, Casey Fry dances to.
He's
Oh,
shirtless?
then yes. Come on.
I said yes. How many yeses was that? 3?
No.
2?
2.
Okay.
Get out of my face.
Leviathan by Volbeat.
Yes.
Aw, fuck.
Damn.
Okay. Speedboat by Denzel Curry. Yes.
Yes.
I don't listen to bands who are named after Pokemon.
What?
That was late. That wasn't about Denzel Curry. It was about Volbeat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Garage by Lisa.
This
Yes.
is Demon Slayer opening. Yes.
Oh, yes. This is Demon Slayer opening?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That's
It's the
4.
Demon Slayer opening.
That's 4 yeses.
Is it the Demon Slayer opening?
It's the Demon Slayer opening, Jonathan.
Okay.
I think it's the Demon Slayer opening.
Orphan by Slipknot.
Yes.
Nero Forte by Slipknot.
Yes.
Pure Gold by Half Alive. Yes.
Yes.
Supermoon by Dirty Heads.
Yes.
Yes. Harmonia by Shinsky.
Yes.
The Devil's Master by Cadaver.
Yes.
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 No Halo by Brockhampton.
Yes.
Heaven Belongs to You by Brockhampton. Yes. Self-Immolate by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yes.
Planet B by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yes.
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 Tourniquet by Baroness.
Yes.
Yellow Cloud by Trixie Mattel.
Bye-bye.
Now That I Found You, Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yes.
Neon Moon by Brooks and Dunn and Casey Musgraves.
Literally the song of the year, but okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Let You Know by London Grammar and Flume.
Yes.
Yes.
God, I love that song. I'll let you know.
La La La, Y2K, and whatever his name is.
Yes.
Baby, no money.
BB No Money. And yes.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Death Stranding by Churches.
Yes.
Feel a Die. Feel a Day?
Yes. That means cats. It's a family of cats. It doesn't mean cats.
Yes.
Yes.
That was only 2. BB's Theme by Ludwig Forsell and Jenny Plant. Yes.
Yes.
Odio by J Balvin and Bad Bunny. Yes.
Yes. Damn.
Want You in My Room by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yes.
In My Room by Frank Ocean.
Yes.
Yes. Is that 3?
It was just 3.
Okay.
He Dead by Clipping.
Yes.
Zulu Screens by Gold Link, Malik Berry, and BB Borelli. Yes. Seasick by Binky. Yes.
I like the name Binky.
Negro Spiritual by Danny Brown, JPEG Mafia.
Yes.
Psycho by Denzel Curry and Slow Tie. Yes. Mary on a Cross by Ghost.
Yes.
Pick
Hell
You
yes.
Up. Pick You Up by Foster the People. Eat Sleep Wake, Nothing But You by Bombay Bicycle Club. Black Moses by Chanel Trey and JPEG Mafia. Yes.
Yes.
We Appreciate Power, Grimes and Hana. Yes.
Hold
Yes.
on. Yeah.
What?
No. Just a second. I forgot to add the Violence OG mix that I accidentally marked
Oh. Okay.
by Grimes and IO. Does anybody? Is that going to get 4 yeses?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
2. Okay.
Tokyo Drifting by Glass Animals featuring Denzel Curry.
Yes.
Yes.
Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish.
Yes.
Yes.
Passion Blue by Asako Toki.
Yes.
Hallucinations by Paris.
Yes.
Yes.
Good Enough by Chica and Echo Gorilla.
Yes.
Yes.
Stand By Me, the Peggies.
Yes. That song's on my ending.
All right. Some
Oh,
categories.
yes. That's a yes from me.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No, Nothing Is Safe by Clipping. Yes.
All right. Oh, whoops. All right. So Wenzel, pause it one more time. We're back.
And we're pissed.
We're all mad. We have. It seems like it always happens every year with song. We have 12 songs left remaining. We have to cut 2 of these songs and then rank the remaining 10 to get our song of the year list. My suggestion is we go around. Everybody say a song they want to cut, maybe, and then let's see how that happens. Personally, I think the song that gets cut is "Hallucinations" by Paris. One of the songs that gets cut.
Okay.
I would agree. I've never heard this song.
I would say hallucinations. I knew I didn't get to the bottom of the list.
Cody said yes to it.
I probably did, but I don't know it. I know Paris. I like Paris.
Yeah, I like Paris
don't know
too,
it.
but I don't know that song, so we can easily cut that one.
Okay, so that's that. Okay, so that was easy.
I want to say Bad Guy. I hate Bad Guy. With
I was
all
going to
my
say
heart.
Old Town Road.
I love Bad Guy. I want Old Town Road to be number one.
I honestly
I agree with Cole.
Here's my thing with Old Town Road. I think Old Town Road has to make this list. I think it is.
Wait, no, well, you can't just do that.
No.
It has to make the list.
I think Old Town Road has to make the list. I would cut Bad Guy before I cut Old Town Road.
Let's not cut either. Let's cut out some more of Wenzel's choosing.
We have one song we have to cut, and then the rest we have to rank.
That was me playing with you.
I think we're either. I think the 2 songs that I'm in my head that we cut are either "Bad Guy" by Billie Eilish or "Crystallis" by Empire of the Sun.
I would.
Why do you say... Wait.
How is
It's
it pronounced?
Chrysalis.
Okay, back
Chrysalis.
to do not
Chrysler.
strong arm me into this just because you know that is my only song on the fucking list.
It's not. It's my least favorite on the list.
Okay, let's add Brooks and Dunn and Casey Musgrave.
It can get cut.
It's fucking him. Get rid of it.
Remove it.
It can get cut again. That's
Say
fine.
what just we each say a song and then see what happens.
I don't
there.
even know what songs are on the list.
Do you have on your phone?
What doesn't show up?
It's Maybe You're the Reason, Bad Guy, Old Town Road Remix, Earthquake, Big Wheels,
Earthquake.
Chrysalis, Shut Up, Garage, Planet B, Death Stranding, Tokyo Drifting, and Stand By Me.
Okay, let's get rid of Garange. What the hell that is?
That's Demon
That's Slayer.
Slayer.
Oh, never mind.
I swear to God, we've said that 5 times.
Big Wheels.
I'm okay with Big
Let's get
Wheels.
I'm okay
Let's
with
get
Big
rid of
Wheels
Frank
getting
Ocean. I
cut.
like Frank Ocean, but Frank
Softball,
Ocean.
That's Kevin Abstract.
I hate Kevin Abstract.
Cody does not qualify for anything.
Why did we bring him on here?
Okay, so we have
Movie discussion.
here's our top 10 songs, not in order.
Sorry.
Maybe You're the Reason by the Japanese House, Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, Old Town Road remix by Lil Nas X featuring Billy Ray Cyrus, Earthquake by Tyler the Creator, Chrysalis by
Chrysalis!
I don't
Have
know.
you never heard of insects?
No.
Do you know what a bug is?
By Empire of the Sun, Garage by Lisa, Planet B by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Death Stranding by Churches, Tokyo Drifting by Glass Animals featuring Denzel Curry, and Stand By Me by the Peggies. I think number 10 has to be the Empire of the Sun song.
No, it's so good.
My bottom would be Bad Guy.
My bottom would
okay,
be Bad
yeah.
Guy
Let's
too.
get rid of Bad Guy.
I'm fine with
Sorry, Billy.
Bad Guy being number 10.
Happy birthday.
It should have been Elo Milo in your place, but whatever.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
That song was good.
It's a song by Billie Eilish, but it's also based off of a very fun game.
Yeah.
Oh, is it the Snake IO?
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't really care for Planet B. I don't hate it. I just don't really feel.
I love that song.
I love
like
it.
Self-Immolate better, but I feel like I would cut Daphne's House, whatever that.
Well, we're
song.
not cutting, we're ranking.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. To me, that's 9 because that's unmemorable for me.
Maybe You're the Reason. I was
So
thinking
let's do number 1, Death Stranding.
We can't just jump.
We
right
gotta
away.
work our
We
way
gotta
up.
No, fuck it. Fuck the rules. I can't throw something at the bottom.
So,
Oh yeah, I can.
Oh my god.
Let's put Planet B at the bottom.
Best bad guy.
Well, we already got
Bad Guy's number 10.
Oh, Bad Guy's number 10?
Yeah.
Oh god.
That was
You just
did it.
just go to bed. We'll be out here.
I am causing the tension in this room, aren't I?
You are the only
I'm
one.
stressing really hard right now.
okay, for number 9, so I've heard Maybe You're the Reason by the Japanese House.
I also put Tokyo Drifting. That didn't stick with me.
Ooh, too bad because that's like the best song of the year.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the best song left on this list, but I don't think it's number 9. I think there's way worse.
It's
songs
like
that are
number
left.
3.
Oh, look,
I- I-
we
I
need
would agree.
number 9 before we worry
Yeah.
about stuff like that.
Number 9 is definitely going to be. I don't really know. I should just honestly just peace out because honestly, this 10 could be anything and I wouldn't give a shit.
I'm thinking.
I don't. For me personally, I don't care for Maybe You're the Reason or Planet B. Those are my two that I don't really care for.
I like Maybe You're the Reason because I think Japanese Houses is just a really sweet band to begin with.
Are we agreeing
But-
that Maybe You're the Reason Planet B are definitely 8 and 9? Some way?
Yeah.
I guess.
Let's put Planet B as 8. Japanese House at number 9.
Does that sound good to everybody?
That
That's
sounds good to
fine.
me.
with me.
Okay, let's go back up to number 1. Earthquake.
No.
See, that's the thing is that like there's several songs on here that I really, really enjoy. Like Earthquake, fantastic. You make him an earthquake, but this year hasn't been that big of music for me.
Yeah, I said this before we even started the award show. Like I wasn't so much enthralled with music this year as I was last year. There wasn't as much that really blew me out of the water. Like literally my favorite albums of fucking Brooks and Dunn reboot album. So
Now, anybody listening, just know there was a lot of good music that came out this year.
Dude, yeah,
So
a
these are just
lot.
their opinions.
yeah, definitely not. I'm just personally I wasn't as interested in music this year.
Like,
as
don't
I
let
have
them
been in
phase
years
you. There
past.
was a lot of good music.
Video games, movies, anime. Those 3 take our opinions to heart. Music, fuck us. Like we're just
Well, we all have like pretty.
We all have pretty diverse. Music is the one thing we all really
disagree on.
disagree on. I would say Chrysalis has to be number 7.
Chrysalis! Chrysalis!
Crystals-
Say it right!
Crystals-
Fuck's sake!
It has to be number
Hamburger.
7. It has to be number 7. Crystals has to be number 7.
Want some Wawa? You want some water? Yes,
Is
please!
anybody else
Gummy?
disagreeing with that?
I think
No, that's fine.
it's okay.
Just say it right, motherfucker.
I think it should be number 5.
Crystalis number 7.
Thank you,
Crystallis?
You know, just forget it. It's in the past.
No, I'm going to sneak to your house and piss on your fucking doormat.
Joke's on you. You already do it.
You're right.
Leave a shit.
Right now.
Okay, hold on. There's 6 songs left. Old Town Road remix by Lil Nas X. Earthquake by Tyler the Creator. Gringe by Lisa. Death Stranding by Churches. Tokyo Drifting by Glass Animals. And Stand By Me by the Peggy.
I say Old Town Road should be the
No. Old Town is gonna be number 2.
I'm fine with Old Town Road going between now and number 1. I'm honestly like wherever the majority is landing, it's where I'm at.
What's number 1 right now? Wait, what's number? What number are we on?
Yeah, what number are we?
6.
Six.
Number 6.
I would probably say Gringe by Lisa.
I would say Gringe or Tokyo Drifting.
I would
that-
say
that-
Gringe.
Gringe.
Tokyo Drifting.
No.
You're a scumbag.
Tokyo Drifting is literally the best song on this list.
And like, it's such a huge comeback for a band that's been on like essentially hiatus.
yeah, did you not know about the band member? Let me just sympathize with you real quick, and let me
Okay.
say, the band member, which one was it?
The drummer.
The drummer got hit by a car while he was cycling through the streets of England, I think, and he was out of commission for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
Glass Animals is a fantastic band that really experiments beyond what is normal. They take little sounds from different spaces and they blow them up into full proportion songs, not just like instrument sounds, but like sounds from other things. I honestly think the Glass Animal is one of the most creative bands of our generation.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, they're
And
super,
I
yeah.
definitely want to mention that they are baby making music as well. So
Yep.
give it a listen.
Yep.
For me, Tokyo Drifting next.
I was
5.
I was going to say Tokyo Drifting for 5.
As long as it's in the top 5.
I agree.
What would you choose for number 6?
Gringe by Lisa.
Which one is that?
Are you a
Demons.
hamster?
You're
Are you a
fucking with
goldfish?
me. You're actually
He's
fucking
bitten,
with
he's
me.
bitten
I will
right now.
slit your throat.
Don't worry, I forget.
I don't want him at any
I forget
point.
every time.
Okay,
though.
there's 4 songs remaining. Old
Town Road.
by Lil Nas X, Earthquake by Tyler the Creator, Death Stranding by Churches, and Stand By Me by the Peggies. I think Old Town Road's 4.
Earthquake.
I agree with Cody. Earthquake.
I think Earthquake needs to go
You
because
think Earthquake is 4?
I think Earthquake is less impactful than Old Town Road. And
I mean,
but
yeah, I mean technically.
But also Earthquake, if you listen to Earthquake, it sounds almost parody in a way, and I think that makes it a lesser song than something like Old Town Road, which
My
sounds like a
only-
totally serious song.
my only defense is Earthquake's not even one of my 3 favorite songs from that album.
Yeah.
So
It's probably my least from
Ear-
the big ones.
so I'm fine with Earthquake at 4.
Okay.
Are we doing Old Town Road as 3?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say Death Stranding at 3.
I would put Earth.
I would die.
Death Stranding is actually a really fucking good song.
Death Stranding is a very good song, but it sounds like
It is a song that you can listen to in video game and cry your eyes out. It's a song you can listen to outside of the video game and cry your eyes out.
okay.
Stand By Me by the Peggies at number 3.
No.
What's left? I can't tell.
I thought everybody said Old Town Road at number 3.
So
I'm just joking.
Stand By Me is the ending song
No,
for
there's-
Sirens on My too, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Stand By Me by the Peggies, which is the ending song for Sirens on My, and Death Stranding by Churches are our 2 songs remaining.
The
What's
Siren-
1 and what's 2?
I think
Sirens on My is number 2.
Stars on My.
Stars on my number 2.
I would agree with that. I fucking love that Churches song. I haven't even played the game.
Wow.
Honestly,
Where do y'all stand?
I don't like that Church's song.
That Churches song is probably the worst Churches song.
It's definitely not. It's not my favorite.
I was about to
Churches
say
song,
it's like the worst Church's
but
song.
like the mother
I've
we,
heard
but
recently.
like I also hold I think the Mother We Share is like the best song.
Have you not heard their last album?
Their last album was less than stellar, but this song sounded very much in line what was on their second album.
yeah, I listened to the entire album.
Their discography is it's definitely declining in the Bones We Believe In. I think it's Bone We Believe In. Is the name of it?
I don't know. I wasn't shaking my head at you.
I think it's the name of the album. It's the first album by them, and this is a
Yeah.
Red album. It has The Mother We Share. It has
Gun.
Fuck Me. That's a fucking feminist anthem if I've ever heard one.
God,
And
that's probably my favorite album of the day.
it is
Yeah.
it is a damn good album.
It's so
It's got
good.
so much power, but. You know, this, gotta tell you, this top 10 has me super excited to never do this again. So,
Yeah, like wow, like what a god awful list.
This
like,
list is
like,
the worst list that we've
looking
ever
back
had.
At looking back at last year's list, I was like, this is actually pretty good. Looking at this year's list, wow, I absolutely hate it.
See, I'm the exact opposite. I was
too.
looking at last year's list. I'm like, man, I don't even remember half these songs. At least here, I'm familiar with everything.
Oh, I'm familiar with all these songs.
we gotta make a playlist of our top 10s from the past 10 years as well.
So
Yeah, we do.
I'm going to go through, say, our top 10. We'll get into plugs if we can finally never talk to each other again. Number 10 is Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. Number 9 is Maybe You're the Reason by The Japanese House. Number 8 is Planet B by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Number 7 is
Say it right, you motherfucker.
Crystals by Empire of the Sun.
No, Chrysalis. Chrysalis by the Empire of the Sun. If you have not been following it, Chrysalis.
I'm a fan of that one to the list.
Number 6 is Grinch by Lisa. Number 5 is Tokyo Drifting by Glass Animals featuring Denzel Curry. Number 4 is Earthquake by Tyler the Creator. Number 3 is Old Town Road Remix by Lil Nas X featuring Billy Ray Cyrus. Number 2 is Stand By Me by the Peggies. And number 1, the All You Can Hear Song of the Year is Death Stranding by Churches. You know, when I think about it, Death Stranding by Churches is kind of like giving Leo Best Actor for The Revenant. Because Churches have had some good shit that we've kind of thrown by the wayside. I'm fine
yet
with
Leo
that.
deserved that for The Revenant.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he did. If
The
you
Revenant
watch,
was a bullshit movie.
The Revenant was fantastic.
It doesn't
like
deserve
The
any of the hype.
It deserves all
I
the
did not
hype.
like
It was
The Revenant,
it was a great movie. I don't fucking care.
love
Leo
Leo.
does so much better
Great
stuff.
cinematography, great acting. Just
Yeah, that bear looked like shit.
yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to this monster of a show. As always, you can listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Overcast, all your favorite RSS feed catchers. But if you're listening to us, you already know that. So leave us a like, a review, a subscription, a rating. Helps us out tremendously. You can follow us on Twitter at AYCH Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram, AYCH Podcast. You can follow us on twitch.tv/allyoucanhear. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's All You Can Hear. It's where our Twitch VODs go. And you can follow me, Tanner, at Tanner1495.
This is Patrick. Thank you all for listening. It's been a hell of a year, and we appreciate you sticking with us. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at John Lost His Name. You can follow my art on Facebook at John Lost His Name Art.
My name is Colt. Follow me on Twitter at ColtD00. What I learned from this is that we need to probably think about what we're putting in, like do your own personal top amount of things. And also, wow, this sucks doing it in this format. I will say that. We are learning from this, and we will do better, I promise.
My name is Jonathan. You can follow me on Twitter and Letterboxd at JohnOdenson12.
I'm Wenzel. Thank you for listening. Follow me on Twitter at Wenzel. You can follow my art Instagram at World of Fancy.
My name is Cody. You can follow me at CODDOC11. Do that on Instagram and Letterboxd, where I corrected my cat's review.
I guess we'll see y'all next year.
Happy New Year.
New Year.
Goodbye. Happy New Year.